Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ryam. This is your DM for the evening, Rob. There are shenanigans afoot today. So let's start with the intro question. So, you will be transported to Ryam for a week's vacation, or have one character come here. What characters do you stay with, and why? It can be any character, yours, another player's, an NPC, whatever, from this or any other game. Their mouths are moving and no sound is coming out. This would have been more effective if I wasn't part of the planning group for the prank that we do every week.
Everyone seems very quiet, Rob. Is that part of the prank?
How strange.
Yeah.
How strange. Well, Scoot, why don't we start with you while they figure out their audio issues?
Okay. So I'm Scoot. I'm normally your DM, but I will be playing Thrax today, the Aasimar Ranger. I think this week, for this question, I probably would go to Haven or Anshin in Dosharal. They seem like pretty cool places to be for a week, although I'd have to get... Dosharal is extremely fucking hot all the goddamn time, and I do not like the heat, so I would need some sort of cooling spell or something, because I would fucking die.
Alright, I'm gonna go next and just break it, because... What the fuck, Rob?
We
had a prank and
give
ruined
anything
it,
away! I couldn't give anything away!
Anyway, I'm Deb. I'm playing Tessa, the Tiefling Paladin, and I was actually going back and forth between the same two places because I love the heat. But I think at the end of the day, I would go and visit my character Lily, who's engaged to Allie's brother Eben right now, just because I really want to see the Crossroads, go shopping, do all the foods in the magical college, and like selfishly, I want to see my own creation brought to life because I spent so many hours customizing the town and the shops and the classes that I want to see it. So. Next.
Sure. I'll go next.
I'm so joyful that I've accidentally fucking deflated this prank so goddamn hard. Because we've been
Players got played.
We had a great one. It was gonna be so good. It was gonna be a callback to our very first prank we ever played on you, Scoot. No. Instead, it's been destroyed.
Good.
Should have rolled.
It was still pretty good.
No.
No.
I may never
roll.
recover.
I know.
Good. I'm glad.
And Nikki died.
Well,
Yeah.
there's that, but you know.
Yeah. Traitor in our midst. Okay, so anyway, my name's Randall. I play Kiki the Kinku Tinkerer, and so it was kind of an authority question because originally it was like your character can come visit the real world, or no wait, you can do it the other way. Okay, so it's both, right? Like, so this is the way we're looking at it now. So if I had to pick, yeah. So if I had to pick one, well, the first thing that came to mind is what I'm going with, which is Satara, who's my half-elf, genderqueer, high-femme presenting bard of bards, and I would just love to have her here for a week and make her internet famous for like a week. Like, introduce her to YouTube, put stuff on, have her be this like sizzling sensation, have her enjoy everything the world has to offer, bask in her presence as part of her entourage, and then have her disappear and just people be like, what the fuck? Like, where did this, she was rising. Legend. Yeah, like, where did this megastar go? She was so different, and her special effects seemed so magical, which they would be. Yeah, so 100%, she's such a high-level bard now that I just think she would wow everybody. And then she would be gone, and a legend would remain in her place.
We have to make sure that our weeks are different because I'd want to be here for that week.
Yeah. No,
let's get our planners out.
Yeah.
We're all going to see the weird conspiracy theorists in like the YouTube comments who are like, I swear she came from another world, man.
I would be seeding those, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw this magical hand, dudes. I don't
That's
know.
right.
It would be great.
It was awesome. I high-fived it.
I would also love
No,
to
I
see
didn't.
like legitimate scientists trying to like figure out how the fuck any of this happened, given our rules of
Captain
of physics and
Disillusionment
shit.
on
Yeah.
the videos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess, hi, I'm Rob. I'm the DM for the evening, but normally I play Nikki, the human wizard. I would probably visit. I gotta be on the WtR train. The food just sounds so good. What?
Oh, I was gonna haven't gone yet, so I've got to go after you.
Oh yeah, you didn't because you were quiet for so long.
I'm Kate. I play Allie, our half tiefling, half Kitsune monk. I would definitely want to go to Ryam. I just also recognize that as much as I love Allie, to like playing Allie is so much more of an extrovert than I am that I probably would be overwhelmed if I actually hung out with Allie. And then on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, like if I went and hung out with Briseis, I would just feel like awkward and clumsy all the time. So I think it would be really fun to visit Radana and Bramba on Mir for several reasons. One being the food's going to be great. Two being it's going to be warm and I'm always cold. Three being between like that whole family, if I wanted to like go see the crossroads, that could happen. That's absolutely a thing that could occur. Plus, like that family is enough of a range of like some folks will be extroverted, and also there is a small child who would just be like, "Here, book," and then I will be happy.
No, I totally feel that. Like, that's why I didn't go with, like, I went with Lily over everybody else, because I feel like she's going to be the one that actually, like, plans stuff and give me space. Everybody else, like, I'm just like...
God, Morgana wouldn't plan shit.
But what about Larry? You can meet the sexiest otter in the world, Deb.
Well, I was very tempted to go on the pirate ship, but I realized if I was hanging out with Morgana, she wouldn't give two shits what I was doing. Like,
wait, what about hanging out with Neri, though?
Neri was on the short list for Unshin. So that was my other option was Neri. But I was like, Mora wouldn't give two shits. Yeah, that's why I kind of went with Lily, because I feel like she'd have been a good host.
Randall, you're actually muted this time.
No, I'm not. I'm just doing that to mess with you.
You just put a little symbol on your
protest.
That's it. I'm playing the rest of the game this way with gestures. No, so my second runner-up was Mudra, who's my Minotaur paladin bard who expresses her creativity through cooking. Because I was like, oh my god, I could go on a food tour of Ryam with Mudra. So like, it just would be like, she'd just roll me around because I would never stop eating. And that would be another way. I mean, to be honest, it's really hard to give up the opportunity to go to Ryam versus bringing a character here. That's really, really hard choice. So,
I'm actually a little sad we can't actually do this.
Me too.
I know.
I'll get to work on the metaphysics. I don't know. Like, all right.
We need like yeah.
This is its own conversation for the whole night, but
so I have to admit, when I logged in to Roll20, I saw the little GM logo on Rob's thing, and I was like, I thought something fishy was afoot, but I'm like, no, he GMs other games. That's probably fine, right? Bamboozled. All right, sorry.
It was shenanigan. I felt so bad because I was like, man, this is such a good prank that like it's gonna kind of be wasted on me. But like I couldn't say anything to give it away early. Anyways, last episode, which I was not here for, there was some ruin delving, some shade shenanigan fighting and things, and you woke up feeling rather exhausted.
2 levels of exhaustion.
So we're gonna jump in right at that moment. So you wake up, still exhausted, in a beautiful, sunny meadow. In a circular clearing surrounded by trees. Sun is shining and warm. There's a bird trilling in the background. And this is definitely not where you went to sleep. You sit up with something...
Scoot looks confused right now. You're lengthy beyond measure. You do not understand. So, like, y'all don't understand listening. The degree of confusion that is on Scoot's face currently. Like, he had an idea of how this was going to go, and he talked about it with Rob, and it's not going that way currently, and his whole face is just like, the fuck?
It's been like 2 minutes!
It's beautiful.
I don't think I've even finished the second intro sentence yet.
It is almost making up for, Rob being a traitor.
I'm trying to get into Thrax's headspace, and I feel like if he got up, he'd be like, oh, what a beautiful day. The hell?
Yeah, more or less.
Because he's, unlike a lot of you, pretty perceptive.
Yeah, so you are suddenly very wide awake as you all come to this realization and look around. Everyone is there from the party. Nikki, of course, is conspicuously absent. Well, of course, in meta. Looking around, the wild flowers that are surrounding you in the meadow are beautiful, yes, but not of a sort you recognize. And you know rather a lot about pretty flowers and plants and things. Many of you having traveled across much of Ryan. The trees as well are not really a shape you quite recognize. Like the bark and the shape don't line up. And even then, like you're looking around and the shadows cast by the trees and by yourselves they're too crisp around the edges, sort of like a rendered scene that's not quite there. This is where you are? What will you do?
So we still have the exhaustion, right? Or is that
That's
temporary?
correct, yeah.
Okay. Tessa just kind of like very blearily opens her eyes. She's never been this tired in her life. She doesn't understand it. She's just kind of like crawling like, I need the tea. Where's
do we
the
have
tent?
Do we have all our equipment?
You do. Anything that you have, like, next to you, on you kind of thing.
Wait,
Okay.
where? What? Just like
So
looking around.
of the party, Kiki's probably the most used to missing sleep because if she's working on a project, she gets very focused. So she's used to irregular sleep cycle and stuff. She still has 2 points of exhaustion. That was declared before, even though she only needs 3 hours of sleep to get by and stuff. So she's gonna kind of look around. I don't know who's beside her in our like sleeping bags or whatever. She'll probably like poke Tessa in the shoulder or whoever's nearby, just be like, is this real versus illusion? And once she's discovered that, since you said we heard bird song, she's going to sit up and call out to the birds nearby in Orin. Now, I want to be clear, she doesn't have speak with animals. So you use that to but she is kinky.
Sure,
so she's going to try, she's going to kind of be like, where the fuck is this? Is going to be her, like, what she's going to try and ask out loud in Orin.
Yeah. Everyone give me a perception check or investigation, your choice.
All right, first roll of the night. What's it gonna be? An 11.
Roll at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh no.
Ooh. Yeah.
27 for Allie.
It's still 11.
Sally.
Because
11
fuck you, Rob, that's why.
21
Nice.
for Thrax.
It's nice. It's nice. 21 from
21
Thrax?
for Thrax, yep.
Perceptive lad. My goodness.
16 for Kiki.
Okay.
You know who he's married to, right? Like, one of them has to be.
Yeah, fair.
These are really pretty flowers, though.
I'm glad
Tessa,
you
you're just fascinated by these flowers, like you've never seen these before.
I'm making
They're so
a
pretty.
flower crown.
Yes.
But
and
I'm not
succeeding,
actually
for what
sitting
it's
up.
worth.
I'm just laying there. I don't really want to move.
Kind of like holding them up. That's awesome. Kiki, you're calling out to the bird, and you're a little distracted, and at first you think like, oh, maybe this bird just has a weird accent or something, like it, hard to understand what's going on. And then it's not actually responding to you. You have an amazing ear for birdsong, of course. And it's just like on a loop. It sounds like a perfectly real bird. It's not like a fake, but it's just like looping, just like this same little segment, and it's not responding to you at all, which is weird. You had a 16
For perception, or for investigation, excuse me.
Okay, yeah. You have heard something like this at one point in the past when you were traveling through the crossroads. Have we been to the crossroads? We have, right?
Yes.
You have.
Okay, yeah.
For solstice.
So
yeah,
Allie has not been to the crossroads with you guys. She's been to the crossroads, but not with
Oh
you.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Kiki will share that. She's like, bird weird, on loop, sort of like Crossroads? Crossroads, maybe?
Wait, a bird on loop? Allie, so at one point in the past, and this is meta, so Robbie can choose to involve it or not.
Sure.
At one point in the past, Allie and Finn played a prank that involved building a mechanical bird to terrify Lily.
No, it's for Eben because Eben's afraid of birds.
Eben was afraid of birds, and it dropped spiders?
Yes, which Lily is afraid of.
There we go, that's what it was. Yeah, there was a whole prank involved. So, Allie rolled a 27 on the perception check. Is this a similar bird? Is this her bird?
So it's definitely not your bird.
Okay.
And it sounds, if it is a fake bird, they've got much better speakers than you ever managed to wrangle.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Even as a magical recording or something like that. It sounds like perfectly real. It's just the same notes over and over. With your perceptions, those of you, Allie and Thrax, you're looking around, and once Kiki points out the like crossroads sort of vibe, it snaps. This is the Feywild, for sure. And then you look at the shadows, and you're like, no, the sun doesn't do that. It's not quite the Feywild, or it's a borderland, or something like that. But it's definitely mostly Feywild.
It's Feywild adjacent, is this one?
Yeah.
Tessa just starts whistling the song, just on repeat.
This checks out.
Yours is very Tessa.
After 2 or 3 times, Kiki gives her a look.
It's in my head now. I can't ever get a tune in your head.
World
No, I hate that fucking song. I will murder the next person who sings that song. I swear to God.
Their character or the person?
You can certainly try now.
I choose to believe that that's all in character. So you're sorry?
I don't like the idea of being in the Feywilds very much. Let's figure out how to leave. Quickly, please.
I don't know if we're in the Feywilds, says Thrax.
Yes, we assume that was Thrax saying that as Scoot. You are currently playing Thrax and only playing Thrax.
I'm very used to being multiple people, I'm sorry.
And having to say who says, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was going through her list of spells to see if she has a locate anything.
Actually, Thrax has something for this. I took a...
Where's Nikki with her identify fingers when we need her?
I know.
Identify land.
Thrax is going to use... He is a particular kind of ranger. He's a horizon walker. So at level 3, I have an ability to magically sense the presence of planar portals. As an action, I can detect the distance and direction of the closest planar portal within 1 mile. So Thrax is going to do that and send a ping out to see if he can... If there's anything like that we came through or...
Okay. You don't... So there's definitely no open portals within a mile, but you can feel kind of the resonance of a closed portal where you all are. This is definitely some kind of planar experience. Something brought you here. And you can also detect sort of the opposite, like a portal that has been open, but it's currently not, a ways off in the distance, but within that mile. And just as you're kind of mulling this over and trying to figure out what all of that means, you all hear a disembodied voice echoing through the clearing. So, these are the mighty adventurers who that alarmist little wizard claims could ruin my lord's plans, Tell me, heroes, do you feel particularly mighty? Or do you feel weak? My lord is irked that you are allegedly to be fated to spoil their fun. They've decided to knock you off of the friendship side of the chessboard. They've asked me to take out the trash for them. They're a bit busy. Once I do that, I will have earned a place of great favor. I'll make you a deal. If you can find me within my clearing in this forest and kill me, well, you'll be automatically sent back to where and when I took you from, exactly as you were. If I defeat you, I get to own your minds and bodies for the next 20 years. You'll become pieces on my side of the chessboard. There's 2 groups of my allies in the forest between you and I. Each group has a maximum of 3 of my allies in it. You'll only have to face 1 such group. I will not directly prevent you from getting to my clearing, and I will not leave my clearing until you die. Your bodies are nothing but crude machines. Even if you perish, I can repair you and carry out my will regardless. Well, if you don't like my terms, feel free to sit there until they become more attractive to you.
Like, wait, I missed that. Could you repeat it?
Thrax will pipe up. Can it be checkers? I fucking hate chess. Like, it's complicated.
I don't like chess either.
Kiki's like, I can repeat word for word. She goes to Tessa, and then she starts mocking the guy's voice. But she doesn't actually reach. It's like blah blah blah, meta, blah blah blah. Your bodies, blah blah blah. I really like your bodies because my body sucks. Ha ha ha, my minions. So she starts mimicking, and then she turns around and she basically does a double. She goes. She gives him the bird.
The double bird.
The rage.
She's like, this motherfucker.
I think that's a triple bird.
Kiki, I want you to know I have never loved you more than I do in this moment.
Kiki is she's tired and cranky as fuck. So she's just like, fuck this noise.
Allie's punchy. Like this, Allie is at the point of tired.
It's just punchy.
Hey, disembodied head. Can you make with like some coffee or something?
You actually hear a sort of humming voice.
Is it a Keurig?
You do look rather
just kicking on.
sluggish. Here. And there's a puff of purple smoke, an acrid smell, and a handful of 4 little baggies with a little popping sound fall to the ground in front of Tessa.
Are these drugs that Allie recognizes?
Yes, in fact.
Allie has done a bunch of drugs.
Allie has done many drugs.
Allie has done drugs.
What
kind of drugs are these, Rob?
These are...
Roll for drugs.
It's basically a fantasy cocaine.
Drugs?
Drugs! No, it's basically a fantasy cocaine. It's something that quicklings produce to help keep them going, help keep that ridiculous speed up. Mechanically, consuming a dose will remove 1 level of exhaustion for 24 hours, at which point you will gain 2.
Oof.
You mean
So
we would
it's
gain
like
4?
No.
With 2 in addition, because we're
we would be up. We would go down to 1, but then go up to 3.
Wait,
Yeah,
2
exactly.
plus 1 plus 2 plus 1?
Oh god,
What?
are you being Tessa right
Is
now?
it Tessa or Deb being confused at math?
I was trying to be Tessa making a Clue reference. God.
Oh.
Savages, the lot of us.
Yep.
So do we have any of the tea on us that they gave us back? Like, remember the wakey tea?
Come back the next day if we needed any.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to
again.
get addicted to something.
This stuff's not addictive.
The penalty, though.
I guess we could sleep it off.
Yeah, what if we just sleep here for like a couple days? Like, is there
Because we have,
time
like-
limit on this trial?
Well, we're gonna run out of
We're like
food,
4 hours.
and then there's also the fact that
Are we, says Thrax, as he gestures to Tessa's breasts and what he knows is in there? Like,
Wait, what was the question?
I was saying we're gonna run out of food eventually.
Oh, no.
Plus,
No, I got that.
That'd be pretty eventually, but like you're right, Kate. But like,
Really
that'd be
eventually.
pretty eventually, yeah.
but
yeah.
honestly, like, this dude kind of seems like a dick, and I'd like to be out of his forest sooner rather than later. So
right, but do we want to take the drugs the stranger had offered us? I knew
feel
at
like-
Tabaxi they did that and got in a lot of trouble one time.
They warned me about this in Paladin school.
Yeah.
that's why you became a paladin, and I didn't.
That's true.
Wow.
You went to the cool college.
I went to a monastery where we spent 16 hours a day training. It was only once
On
I started
drugs?
traveling that I got the fun stuff.
Well, that sounds like it sucks.
I mean, got better.
So Kiki, are they like pills or what are they? Like what form
Is
is
it like a baggie
It's
of dust? Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Kiki will take a sample of it and put it in something and just keep it in her pocket. She's not going to actually ingest or inhale or whatever the fuck you do with it. She's just going to
Either
keep
one
it.
will get it to go.
Yeah, she's just like in case of
Inhale it a little
emergency. Yeah, like in case of emergency, huffs stranger substance. Like she
Yeah.
doesn't want to do it right now.
Thrax will
You're
take
putting
it.
onto it for in case of emergencies.
Same. Thrax will take it, put it in a pocket, and then he will take Bosco. And if you've ever seen like that image of a corgi in a backpack, he puts Bosco in that to carry him on his back.
Yes.
And obviously, it's enchanted with the rune of the good boy, so no harm can come to Bosco, and that's how he keeps getting out of these situations. A very dangerous thing.
I like it. I like it.
Bosco probably doesn't even want to move right now. He's probably like upside down in the grass, and you have to like drag him.
Yeah. but he'll put him in the little like baby papuska and then lock away the
Right.
drug.
So cute.
So Kiki's over this bullshit.
So
And-
murder?
Yeah, murder. So she's going to take out her spy fly and just sort of like nod to the rest of the party, and she's going to send it on like an aerial sort of like go up and around to get like a bird's eye view, if you will. Yeah, just to see what the fuck she can see.
Yeah, sure. Roll me perception for your spy fly. Is that how that works?
I don't know, Scoot. How does it?
Yes.
You're the one who
you
gave me
can
this
use-
mechanic.
You can use your perception to move it around.
To move it? Okay.
Yeah,
Because I don't know if it
true.
has bonuses to perception given its nature or anything like that. Do you see what I mean? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Why are you taking? I can't even see it. The delay on my end. Eh. Oh, is it an ability check because it's a spy fly? Is it my ability or the spy fly's ability?
The spy fly is not very tired today.
Okay.
So you're in the clear. Also, it rolled a 4 anyways. So
Yeah.
yeah, you fly up and try to get a look around, but you can see, so it's just a dense forest except for this clearing. You can almost see hints of paths. You think you see something moving, but it seems like the sensors aren't quite working properly here.
Kiki will tug on Tessa's sleeve and be like, pretty fly horse? You want pretty fly horse see? She means your Pegasus.
Right. Yeah.
I'm translating Kiki speak for you.
Because I also Tessa forgot she has wings and can also fly. She also doesn't.
Oh,
want
that's true
to.
too. That's
She
true too.
Really doesn't want to.
Oh, Kiki has fly boots. What am I talking about? That's true also, yeah.
It takes a lot of energy to fly, and
It's a very,
just not
very
have
tired.
wild party.
Yeah. But
Oh, yeah, our
you're right.
characters are tired.
Luna can do it if you don't want to, Kiki.
Does Luna have like... Because Luna's probably not tired like we are.
No, she comes from the astral sea. So when I summon
Yeah.
her, so
Okay.
she's not going to be tired.
I don't know if she has bonuses for perception, but yeah, maybe do that.
Let me bring up the Pegasus stats.
It's not going to be worse than us at rolling a disadvantage. Let's just put it that way.
So I will summon Luna and bring her forth, and she's just kind of looking at me, looking at everybody else like, all right, fine. She does have a +6 to perception though.
Ooh, spicy.
Nice.
So she will go to the sky, and I will roll a perception for her.
Well, I'll wait to see what you roll.
We crit failed because I rolled it.
Oh. Well, it's not all that bad. On the way up, she doesn't need to roll more than nothing to notice that it almost seems like as she's rising up into the air that the trees are, from her perspective, like growing with her. Not as fast as she's going up. She's still getting above them, certainly, and getting a decent vantage point, but it's really distracting and also really creepy. You guys don't really see anything different from the ground. But as she starts to fly out over the forest, they keep growing up towards her, and vines start growing out, like reaching towards the sun, reaching towards Luna, and she hightails it back to you.
She is very unsettled by this. She does not like this at all.
Extremely creepy.
Guess
She
we're
just kind of
hoping.
like she kind of just like headbutts Tessa a little bit, and she just kind of shakes her head like, nah, no, not having this. I'm not about this. It's not what I had planned today. You and your shenanigans.
So where she saw the vines, do we think that's just general protection, or do we think that that's where a place of activity is? I guess Kiki's
Hard to
question.
tell. It seemed, so she was kind of spiraling out a little bit as she flew, and it seemed that the vegetation, at least as far as she could see, got, I don't know, more aggressive, for lack of a better word, the farther away from the clearing she got.
Dungeon Master.
Yes,
Threshold of 14 for a nature check. Are those vines natural by chance or not?
Yes and no. So there are elements of them that are natural.
Mhm.
They definitely are, shall we say, mostly actual vines. But it's a little fucky. So you guys could see the vines coming out from the trees. They didn't seem like they were that tall or anything, but you could see, a little bit of vegetable movement. Tessa, roll me a nature or arcana check, actually.
Aethrax.
Will do. I have
If
zero.
they're mostly
Oh,
natural vines, I can light them on fire.
14.
Okay. Tessa, you can... Well, that's the same. Both of you can tell. I just wanted to see if you could get more info before I kept going. There is something a little... Also, just like as you've kind of been in this clearing, getting used to the vibes, if you will. There's something a little bit Shadowfelly about those vines.
Ooh, so am I picking up on that? On the negative vibes?
Yeah, you're starting to get the vibes.
Is it, I guess this is a combo question for both of you. Is this the same types of vibes that we were feeling in the cavern when we GTFO'd at the end of last session?
Very similar.
Allie, I think whatever has us here has set up boundaries for us, and I feel like pushing those boundaries may not be a good idea right now until we know more about what has us trapped here.
You can certainly try.
Look, I'm all about setting boundaries. It's very healthy. But fuck that.
He's not
You don't
setting
gotta
boundaries.
be so
Rules.
weird about
Rules
it,
are
man.
imposed. Boundaries are agreed upon. That's different. But yes, let's not light his shit on fire yet.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Creepy Fey asshole's definitely more into rules than boundaries.
True. I meant
That's
in more
kind
of
of
a
the
like
thing.
physically confining us boundaries than conceptual sex positive boundaries, but we are where we are. I think we should probably go see if we can either find this jackass or one of his fuckboy squads. And Thrax,
lesser jackasses.
lesser jackasses.
Lesser jackets.
So Thrax is going to cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone.
Ooh.
Because that seems like a cool thing to do right now.
Yeah.
So everyone
No, for sure.
has a
Plus 10.
plus
baby.
10 to your stealth checks.
Nice,
And we
very
can't
nice.
be tracked except by magical means, which part of me is sort of worried that they might have, but at least we're starting here because I think we need to go
It's
find...
progress.
I think if we find lesser jackasses, it will give us more information about Jackass Major.
Yeah, and everybody stay within 10 feet of me at all times, just in case.
Get that aura bonus.
Yeah, so I think Allie goes out front as she's got the best eyes, followed by Tessa, then Kiki, then me.
Okay.
Because I don't think we want Kiki exposed in the
Like
back.
at the
No.
back of the group.
Yeah.
Kiki's this is probably the maddest you've ever seen her for a sustained period. She's itching
does
to
she
get
get
to
all
the
puffy?
front.
She got poofed out.
She's gotten poofed out for temperature changes, cold and stuff.
Oh.
I think she's actually extra sleek now. I think her feathers
Ooh.
really, really pressed back, and she looks
She
leaner
gets
and leaner.
aerodynamically
Harsh.
Nice.
Except for the feather that always sticks up at the top of her head that she can't put down.
The little
Oh.
alfalfa thing.
Boing. Yeah, very anime.
See all
of her.
kind of yes. What's that thing called? There's a word for it.
Oh.
Cow-
Oh.
Cowlick.
No, well,
Cow.
I mean yes, but there's a word for specifically the anime character design.
Yeah, I know what you're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah. Anyway, she's got that going on, but otherwise she's got very
Deb, you're
she's
missing
just
to research this.
A hoge?
Yeah,
so
that's
are we-
it.
Meta question, and this might be a
Yes.
script meta question. So, 2 levels of exhaustion means half movement speed.
Yes.
With Allie's weird movement extra speed because of Hot Dog Man,
His
Are we
name is
counting-
Harry.
yes. Or if are we counting as that's under her max capacity to create exhaustion movement, or we're doing a percentage based thing?
All of it is halved, so her threshold is down
Okay.
as well.
All right, I need to figure out her. Actually, all right.
Yeah, I think
But
my
if we-
speed.
but if we-
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah, but if
My
we
speed
dash,
is 30, but I'm moving 15.
Her threshold is still 45. We're fine.
Yeah, it's still pretty
Allie
good.
can move.
but we could, unless we're taking actions, we could dash to get normal speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Thrax would advise moving
Called quietly because
carefully
we're doing
and quietly until we know.
You know, I'm just thinking for the inevitable fight, knowing that Allie can still move a fuck ton per round.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, definitely.
Are we doing? Are we? I'm yawning in sympathy with my character. I'm actually not tired. At least I don't think so. Are we? Are we doing stealth rolls?
Well, so you square up and kind of get in your marching order, and look around the clearing a little bit, and then that same asshole voice you all kind of sort of echoes out again. Well, you're going to accept my terms. You have to say so. That's how contracts work, you know.
What if we say no?
Can we get a written form of the contract to read?
Need a lawyer. Check it over.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I don't have much in the way of paper.
Do you have papyrus? Perhaps it's
As I
stone
said, you-
tablet?
Welcome to sit and think about them more.
Make sure to write it in papyrus font.
You know, just for the fun of it, yeah. There's that same puff of purple, like, acrid smoke. And two very large stone tablets land on the ground at Thrax's feet that have the things that he said.
Someone who's smarter than me should probably read this.
Everybody looks at Kiki.
Kiki volunteers.
Allie's definitely not a smart one here.
Luna is
What are
offended.
you looking for in this?
I said you were
contract?
smarter than me, Luna.
What's the question? I mean, is it in common?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not. It's not in papyrus. Wrong. Kiki
Well,
just
it
wants
is in
to kind
papyrus
of
font, but it's in common.
right. Okay, she just wants to investigate to see if there's
No.
extra slippery language. That's the main thing I think that she wants to check. Like, is there something like, aha, you should have checked, you know, blah de blah, and instead,
Well, he says you're selling your soul to the devil.
yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
Okay.
So yeah, give
Ooh,
me
crit.
Ooh, all right. Fucking gorgeous.
Nice.
Oh wait, shit. Sorry, disadvantage. Fuck.
Aw.
19's still pretty
19.
good, but sad to lose the crit.
So sad.
So there's no small text or anything like that. I guess fine you could call it, but no, none of that. It's
Nothing
pretty
too tricksy.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of places that you can imagine finding loopholes, but you didn't really expect anything else from a Fae, or someone who's purporting to be one, perhaps.
Yeah, you gotta be
It's an
careful with the
on-brand
contract.
amount of potential for loopholery. And even then, you don't see, like, the loophole would be things like you're fighting extra people, not like you're gonna sell your soul, haha. Or that
Haha.
there was one place where it says that he will not directly prevent you from getting to his clearing. And, like, obviously he could cause other things to happen that tried to prevent you from getting from his
Directly.
clearing. Yeah. So, like, there's some, like, the thing with Faye is, like, they don't try to be that subtle about it. Like, you know what you're getting into.
Who do we lost? Kate. There she goes.
So she's back.
From outer space.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Kiki's tempted to get to waive the contract under Bosco's nose to see if he could track the silence. We've never asked Bosco to do any sort of tracking.
The only thing he tracks is bacon.
But he's
Oh.
damn good at that. So you
He's
just need to
never
plant
missed.
bacon on the villains, like put it, like slip it into his bag.
Or unless he's covered in garbage.
Ooh.
That's also
They
valid.
are well known for their bacon tunics.
Mhm. What if he's actual garbage?
Some weird Fraggle Rock situation.
Not just morally. Yeah.
It actually is just a sentient pile of garbage.
Amazing.
Weirder shit has happened, so.
And not one of my characters.
All right, let's get going. I think
Right.
do we agree? I don't think we have much of a choice.
Well, we don't, and I trust Kiki to look over the details. I don't trust myself, obviously, but I don't think we have much of a choice.
So are we literally signing this document?
He didn't give you any like stone carving implements.
Tessa pulls out one of her feather pens. Tries to write on the stone.
That's good enough. Thank you. And as the voice says that, two paths open up out of the clearing. The trees, you don't see any movement, but like in between the blinks or as your eye is shifting or something like that, suddenly there are openings that you checked quite thoroughly where there were no openings previously. One of the paths is straight, goes on for quite some ways. Has grass that looks manicured, mowed almost. It's brightly lit. Brightly lit, the rays of a noonday sun. The other path is you can only see a little bit before it winds off into the gloom of a late evening. It's ragged, it's winding, it's weedy, and there's even a light mist clinging to the ground in patches.
I mean,
What?
my general philosophy is straight things are far more boring.
Like, I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, but
Saucy wink.
that sunny path looks like a trap.
Maybe that's what
Kiki's
he wants
like-
us to think.
I know, Kiki's like, but he might think that we think that thing, if they think.
Yeah, why not choose the path in front of me?
What if he thinks that we think that he thinks?
But what you do not know is I spent the last 3 years building up an immunity to traps.
That's right.
Thrax will take an arrow.
Regardless of which path we choose, we're encountering at least one of his groups of fuckboy lights, so let's go deal with one of them and then go deal with him.
Thrax will fire an arrow down the straight path to see if anything happens.
Okay. It sails through the air.
With the greatest of ease.
And with the greatest of ease. Yes. Make me a perception check.
Arrow, black arrow, I have saved you to the last.
19.
Flying pretty straight, hits the ground, and goes right through it.
Through the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh!
oh.
The whole thing's
Huh.
gone. It's a ways down the path, but something's. I mean, you don't have a clear sight of what the ground looks like over there because Dex is a pretty good arm. You know, it went.
Yeah.
It went a ways. But like you definitely expected to see like arrows sticking out of the ground, and you definitely don't. It just.
Is the portal that I'm sensing the one that's open? Are both paths in that same direction?
Both paths. So there's like one due east and one due west. I don't know if Thrax is a good enough ranger to have a preternatural sense of direction even in the Feywilds, but whatever. From a mapping perspective, say that one's east, one's west. They're on opposite sides of the clearing. The portal resonance that he was sensing is kind of 90 degrees off from that line.
So probably both of them will get us there.
Yeah, they're gonna go different directions at first.
Can you shoot another arrow down the other path and see what happens?
Yeah, I'll let it go down the
Sure.
wibbly wobbly path.
Yeah. So because of the wiggly wobblies, it doesn't get too far before it hits a tree,
Ooh.
which it does, and thunk, you can hear it's a really really satisfying sound.
So I got a 28 on that perception check. Do I see anything? That's with disadvantage. Was anything kooky down there?
It seems very, I don't know, straightforward.
That bend is
You're
at a
kind of
perfect
peering down that way, you
35-degree
think you
acute angle. I enjoy that.
Might be able to see a fork, maybe through the trees, but they're really dense, so it's hard to tell.
Okay, Thrax looks at the
It
group.
definitely hit a real tree.
Yeah, Thrax looks at the group and goes, "All right, if we find one of those people that one of them's lying and one of them isn't, ask if we can ask 2 questions, because I'll shoot one of them and then I'll ask, did I shoot that guy? And that way we'll know."
No. The trick
Kiki,
with those ones is you don't ask them questions, you just tell them to do things.
Kiki
They
likes the
can't lie without
violent.
asking a
Yeah,
question.
Thrax.
She likes the violent
because he
option.
felt-
She's ready.
He was so stoked to be like, I can solve this riddle. Then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense too.
And Tessa puts her hand on his shoulders like, I like the violent option too.
So does Kiki.
Anyway,
Silence wins.
I'm tired enough to have some loose morals right now.
Dr. Gloomy Path?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to my side of the family, Tessa.
It's weird.
Gloomy path. All right. So you all gather up. Let me get that marching order again, just for reasons.
There's Allie, Tessa, Kiki, Thrax.
Excellent. Excellent. So you start walking down that path. Thrax, you can grab your arrow as you pass the tree.
Yeah, the other one's gone. We're not fucking.
You've
with
got
that.
that back. Yeah. So you make it 300, maybe 400 feet down the path. It's gloomy. It's muddy. Not a particularly pleasant walking experience, but not terrible. You've had worse.
My hair is frizzing. It's not great.
Yeah. You come to a simple, straightforward fork in the road. A classic Y shape, sort of the platonic ideal of a fork in the road almost.
Platonic ideal.
Do both of the paths look fairly similar?
Yeah, they're equally gloomy. They're a little bit straighter. There's a little straight portion that you just walked through that came up to it. Yeah. The path that you came from and a left and a right. Give me a perception check, anyone who wants to, as you peer down the path,
I'll throw one
trying
in.
to judge
Ooh,
which one you
19.
like better.
13
18.
with disadvantage.
Allie, you are peering down the... Oh no.
Damn.
Not great. Allie, you're looking back and forth. There is nothing that distinguishes these. I mean, the trees are in slightly different positions, and the left one has, for a second, you're like, the left one is mistier. No, just a little bit of wind.
Kiki wants to send her spy fly
Functionally
down.
indistinguishable.
Kiki wants to send her spy fly down, I guess, the left path.
Sure.
Send it down 100 feet or so and see what she can see.
Excellent. It flies down 100 feet, and you can see a ways in the distance, maybe another 300 feet or so.
Mm-hmm. That's about the range. Its range is 300 feet. Go ahead.
Okay, so you've flown 100 feet. You can see 300 feet ahead.
Okay.
Just a little bit, you can see. It looks like there's a group of. It's hard to make out at this distance, but some humanoids certainly.
She'll send it another.
They're just standing.
another 100 feet.
Okay. It gets closer and closer, and it resolves into a sort of motley group of I don't know, adventuring-looking people. They're standing at a fork in the road. It looks like there's a tiefling, some sort of smallish bird person. You fucker, that's you. And you hear a faint buzzing. You turn around and your spy fly is coming up behind you.
She's like, some assholes up ahead, and then she's like, wait. So she goes, so she'll obviously, everyone will see this spy. I mean, it's actually really hard to detect, but it'll comes through. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she starts sketching her notebook about how this could be a bend in reality.
Maybe not that path then.
Yeah, she'll send it down the right. She'll mimic the same thing to see if there's any distinction.
Sure, yeah. You head down the right for a little ways.
Yeah.
You're looking around. It's a little bit, so they look very similar for the first 100, 200 feet. And then there's a little bit more of a wiggle in this path. So you can't quite see all the way down it. Just a little undulation. So you make it around the corner, and there's another group of some chuckle fucks standing at yeah, it's you again.
She has a spy fly come back and she'll share the news.
Which it does by continuing to go forward.
Yeah.
Actually, it waits until you could have reached out and grabbed it, and then it says, "Oh, I have to go back," and turns around.
All right, so both of these paths are repeating. This is a fucking riddle.
No, Kiki thinks it's just fuckery designed to keep, advanced spying out of the mix or something like that. She doesn't know that though. She will tug on Tess's sleeve again, and she's like, "How far detect good and evil? How far it goes?"
Well, that is.
Then she's like, "Do you have to detect ass hat?"
Well, let me check. Let me check my notebook to see if ass hat is on the list of creatures that good and evil can detect while I'm looking up the
aberration,
spell.
Celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, undead, and ass hat.
30 feet. It is a 30 feet.
So Thrax can, because he has primeval awareness. So he'll expend. He can.
Oh, the ranger. Yeah.
He can expend. Yeah. It's basically the same thing, except his goes for a mile.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he'll spend a first level spell slot to ping out for anything that he can kind of latch on to.
A whole mile.
He's at this point just looking for that group that they're like the minor asshats to see can I get a read on them? Because either he'll ping them, or if they're not any of these things, they just might be schmucks, which is also not a good. It's a good thing to know and not as worrisome if it's like, oh, they're giant earth elementals. That's going to be a problem.
Right, yeah. So do you know just what there is?
I would know where the creatures are. I don't know their location.
It was just that you learn... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I learned that
so you don't get location, but you know, roughly.
Know,
okay.
Yeah.
So there are definitely fae.
Okay. By the way, are we in the mountains or are we in a forest?
It's like a forest.
Shit. That's not
pretty
one of
flat.
my favorite terrains. Fuck.
I know.
We're not in the desert, are we?
Let me think. No.
So many trees in the desert.
Is it like a tree desert?
It's like a desert, but with a jungle just on it right now. It's just a
Is
forest.
there any sand particles in the dirt that would make it count as
technically
Rax, you've been down. This is fairly loamy soil, actually.
There are habitable parts of the Tri-Sands. There's not a lot of them.
Yeah. No, so you detect a whole bunch of fae in the area.
Yeah. Okay. We got
So
fae. He says.
Yeah, you get fae. You also detect a fair few undead.
He's gonna look at Kiki like, we got a whole lot of fae, and well, I'm glad Nikki's not here.
It doesn't tell if I remember the.
It doesn't tell me the location.
It doesn't tell where.
Tells me they're around a mile.
Yeah,
but but it rules out a lot of other things. So we're dealing with undead and fae.
Okay.
Well, I
no
could
aberrations,
use
no celestials, except for yourself, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
I could put the detect good and evil also counts for fae, and that should ping.
I guess your location,
within 30
as long as it's
feet.
within 30. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be within. So if we're moving ahead, we'll be able to kind of steer because it lasts for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on just because I think it's going to be just a precaution, so nothing will also sneak up on us, because I'll get kind of like the beep beep when it comes within 60 feet. I think Divine Sense doesn't work. Actually, Divine Sense does work on undead, and that's 60 feet. Doesn't say anything about fae though.
Let's just pick a path and go. Otherwise, we'll be standing here the whole time.
Yeah. Kiki just votes right.
There's no fae within 30 feet of you at the moment.
Oh, it is fae. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to turn on Divine Sense, which is 60 feet.
And Kiki went right, so I think we're all just going to follow Kiki.
Divine Sense,
it's
paladin thing.
No, it's an action. You can detect good and evil until the end of your turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet. I just looked up Hallow. Hallow does include fae. You can use this feature 6 times per long rest.
I know we have this well thought out order of who's. Kiki just starts walking down the right path. She's so mad. You could tell her to stop, and she will, but
no, Tessa's gonna go with her. Because she's like, all right, we're going. Let's just
Yeah.
So
okay.
we got a 60 feet ping if we need it.
Kiki's doing that little kid mad, like, kind of march, like, with their, like, arms are just tense, and she's just so, like, so, yeah. All 15
Excellent.
feet that she can travel as with her 2 points of exhaustion. That's what she's doing.
So Divine Sense doesn't let you detect Fae. If the Fae have been hallowed, I suppose it would.
You can anything affected. Oh, I thought that meant like if it could be affected by Hallow.
No, anything that is currently affected by hallowed.
Oh, let's just do detect good and evil. That's just simple enough. It's
30 feet, but you definitely get your Fate thing from that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's safer.
So you take the right path. Are we in the order as before, except that Kiki's in the front, basically?
I'll go second.
Ali is even with Kiki.
I think we've caught up and reformed our marching line because.
Okay, there you go. Kiki's so mad.
That's also good.
Okay.
So you're walking down this right path. It's basically the same as the previous path. There's that little undulation that Kiki's spyfly encountered as it was flying through, and you see ahead of you a fork in the road. And as you start to
fork this road, she says.
Tess is getting pissed off too. I'm done with. I just
closer.
want to kill something. I'm done with this fucking nonsense.
Don't you worry. Soon. So the first thing, Thrax, you don't even need to roll. You just notice immediately with your ranger skills. There's footprints on the ground here.
Are they ours?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. You've definitely like looped back somehow. And then you look up, and Allie, you've got ridiculous passive perception, right? Isn't it like 17 or something?
My passive
18?
perception is 21.
Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, yeah. I should have asked for that at the start, but Jesus, 21.
Thrax is 20, by the way.
You see, floating towards you from the direction of the fork in front of you, there's a couple of little dandelion puffs floating on the wind. Which isn't really that unusual. There's a bunch of flowers. And you kind of squint, and wind's going the other way right now.
Cover your mouths and beaks.
There's a brief pause.
Why? I mean,
As these-
obviously, but
These dandelions float closer, and Tessa immediately ping. Those dandelions are phase of some sort.
brings
Fey
out her
dandelion
sword.
puffs.
She brings out her sword, but she can't see them because she didn't perceive them. So she just like.
Oh, you can see them at this point.
Oh, I
it's
can
like
see them.
they're-
Okay.
Yeah, they're within, like, they just hit
okay.
30 feet of you, like, they've pinged.
Okay. I can see
Yeah.
them.
Allie ties her glamour wreath cloth over her mouth and her nose. She made herself a nice mask for social distancing purposes.
Actually,
How high up in the air are these things?
maybe chest height, shoulder height, somewhere.
That's a
in there,
very
depending on how tall
different
you are.
measurement depending on who we're talking about, though.
But it's under 20 feet, correct?
It is under 20 feet.
Great.
One of them's like 4 feet up, one of them's like 5 feet up, one of them's like, I don't know, 4.5, somewhere in there.
Tessa, this got the ping of this is the thing that's about to attack us, right?
This
It's
is
a fae.
it's a fae. So
Those are
I don't.
dandelion puffs.
The spell is not going to confirm if it's who we're looking for. I mean, we are in the
Well, no,
part of the Feywild.
it still is detect evil and good, right?
Yes.
Does it tell you whether they're good or evil?
Weirdly, no. It just tells you that they're fey.
Yeah.
It's really a terribly named spell.
Yeah.
No, I feel like this is appropriate for a fae. Because
I mean, fair. Anyways, these tufts are gently floating closer to you. Are you going to do something before they arrive, Kiki?
Yeah, so Kiki wants to take out the crystal that she got from her puzzle box that reacts to light and creates like a
Thrust.
Now I need to ask the OG DM. I know it functions like propellant, but originally when she did it, it created like would it function like gust of wind, yay or nay? And if not, that's
You'd have to
fine.
put an intense. You have to use a light cantrip.
Just like cantrip. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what she's been doing. So she kind of is like, she kind of, I don't know how widespread they are or whatever, but she kind of does that, and she'll cast the light cantrip on her hand and move her hand closer, because she doesn't want to like just blast them out of the air in case they're like neutral or something. But she's like,
these things away.
No, she's a little bit like just kind of keep your
wind
distance. Yeah, but then like she's ready to slam it close if they're up to shenanigans.
Guys, that reminds me. Just FYI, if you're within 10 feet of me, you can't be charmed or frightened. So since we're dealing with Fae, keep that in mind.
Kiki backs up a little closer to Tessa while she does.
That is very, very good.
Thrax will say hello to the dandelions.
Okay.
Hello, goodbye.
Hi, I'm Thrax.
Hi, I'm Thrax.
Okay. So first, Kiki starts to whoosh some wind, and the dandelions, which adds to the wind that's already blowing, dandelions do slow down their float towards you and sort of drift to the ground. Sort of, no longer buoyed straight towards you. Thrax, you say, "Hi, I'm Thrax," and you hear a tinkling "Hello" as one of them, one of the dandelions lands on Allie's foot, and does a 21 hit.
Mm-hmm.
The heavy dandelion.
It's the Bosco of dandelions.
Yes. Okay, so that is, I'll roll damage in roll 20, because that'll be easier. Let's roll everything in roll 20, honestly. Okay, so that is 8 piercing damage and 11 necrotic. And it lands, you feel a shooting pain in your foot. You shake your head and blink, and that's definitely not a dandelion. It's a small Fae. It's actually a lot larger than the dandelion it looked like.
Can I punt it as a reaction?
Do you have like Sentinel attack as a reaction, right? Or something?
No, Sentinel is just attacks of opportunity. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
Go for it anyways, because it's cool.
I mean, I feel like that's the instinctive reaction of thing lands on foot, punt.
Yeah, and then like stabs it. Yeah, it has a small dagger that is sunk through the top of your boot into your foot.
Goddamn pixies. Not even once.
So yeah, make me an attack roll with disadvantage.
My weapon attack, hand attack.
Foot attack? Probably unarmed, just an unarmed
You've
strike.
got monk feet.
Yeah,
sure.
We'll call that a monk weapon.
punching.
Yeah.
Your feet are weapons.
Yeah. Just give me a normal punch.
18.
Effectively.
Punch roll, please.
That hits.
Great. I'm gonna yeet them. I suppose it's only like 1d4 of damage, though.
You can just do your normal monk punch attack. You can say you kind of scrape it on the side of your other boot or something like that.
All right.
Again, it's cool.
It's still only 1d6. It
Hey.
takes 3 damage.
It's better than 1d4.
It gets yeeted.
Excellent. All right, and at this point, we're going to roll initiative.
Remember,
Okay, so when
we
you
all
roll
roll-
initiative,
No,
disadvantage.
it's skill checks at number 1, so this is not affected, I believe, Rob?
It is.
It isn't?
This is a skill check.
It was a
Because
skill
it's
check.
Dex. Yeah, it's like Dex or whatever, Dex space or something. Mother.
19.
Nice.
I got an 11.
16.
Alex, real
got it.
mad.
Plus.
Right, Allie got
disadvantage.
19.
Oh, we do have disadvantage, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, 9.
It's
9
still an
for
11.
Nice.
Still an 11.
Okay. 11 for Deb. And what did you get, Thrax?
16.
Excellent.
It's so weird being on this side of it.
Isn't it, though?
Not used
Just
to it.
wait until he asks you, does a 28 hit your AC?
Oh, it's going to feel so good to be on the other side of those.
Except I invested in armor.
I'm a
Okay,
monk.
and then-
Dodge. You chose
How
to do
how
it.
many dandelions are there, and are we doing this theater of the mind style, or is there a map?
Just Theater of the Mind style, so that I didn't have to fuck with getting Roll20 permissions or whatever.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because I have some things I want to do. So as long as you don't mind me like positioning myself within reason.
100%. Yeah,
I am drawing 3 dandelions on the map for our Theater of the Mind purposes.
Awesome.
There.
So 3 dandelions. One has just landed on Allie. The other one is continued floating past. So is going to try to hit Tessa on its way past. Tessa does a... What's my plus 20 hit your AC?
No, it doesn't.
Nice. So another one comes and goes to stab you in the foot. But you saw this coming and you just kind of turn your heel and it clunks, bounces off the...
It's on my plate armor.
The strong heel, yeah. And then the third one continues floating and goes for Kiki. There's no way. Kiki does a 15 hit your AC.
Nope.
Excellent. Allie, you're up. There are 3 dandelions. Well, you can see all of them now to be some sort of small, very twitchy, blue, fey, elven, vaguely looking thing.
Okay.
Their daggers really hurt. That's pretty much all you know about them. They're small, they're blue, they're fast, and also ow.
Right. I'm gonna... So, one thing
You're on deck.
Oh, wait. I can't do that. All right. I'm gonna do 2 things. Well, I'm gonna do several things, actually, because I'm a monk and I do several things every time I do anything. But
yes.
the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna bonus action summon my Stormlight weapon.
Excellent.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm just gonna grab my dagger.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
No. More excellent. Don't worry. I'm just gonna grab my dagger and look. You stab me, I stab you back. That's how this works.
No, this is a dagger, which is hilarious because while the daggers are identically proportioned in terms of, the wielder, your dagger is larger than the entire Fae.
Are attack rolls rolled at disadvantage?
They
No.
are. Well, against this one.
Oh, right. Not from the exhaustion. Might be from something
Not from the
else.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
But from something else.
Because they're wee.
It's just slow.
Yeah, they're very wee and they're very fast. They're almost vibrating. They're
So I get 2 attacks.
coffee Fae, if you will.
So
Would you say they're vibing, Rob?
Wow.
You could.
With
You could
violence? Vibing with violence?
They're violence bing.
A 15 and a 13.
A 15 hits, a 13 does not.
That's fine.
I'll take 1 hit on him. Are you hitting the one who you already tried to shake off your foot?
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah, it's still just sitting there on your foot.
It takes 11 damage.
Nice.
So does your foot. Just kidding.
I would like to dislodge it from my foot. Like, I would like it to be off my foot.
Okay.
Can I have done that as a... Do you want me to, add a key point to knock it back, I guess? I can extend a key point to, do knockback. Oh, I forgot. I get to add an extra d6 because... Wait, no, I don't have advantage. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the opposite of advantage. You did get to roll 2 dice, but...
I did, yes. No,
you can just knock it off your foot. It's still, within melee range of you, but it is not in your foot, so...
Oh, I don't terribly care that it's within melee range of me. As a bonus action, you're going to see something come out of the end of the dagger. It's going to kind of form into a burning fox shape. That's going to run across the ground right in front of Allie. And it's going to eventually make wall of fire, but with the fire pointing out away from us, and all 3 of them are now standing in the fire.
Ooh. Very cool.
When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dex saving throw. That's all 3 of them.
All right. We'll just do that. Okay, so what is the DC?
Shit, Scoot, you didn't give me the DC.
Well, I'll assume it's somewhere in the teens.
Yes. So definitely one of them is... I'm not sure if it's... It might be...
You need to know.
What's your wisdom mod?
My wisdom mod is +6.
So the DC would
it's
be...
It's 8 plus wisdom plus proficiency, right? So 8 plus 11, so 19. Yeah, they all fail.
Okay.
Great.
Well, I mean, you don't know their dex bonus. They do all fail.
Oh, okay. That's true. I only saw
the raw dice because I didn't want to fuck with rolling.
They each take 3d8 damage.
Oof, 3-3-2. That's fucking.
Sorry, they take 8 damage, which rolled terribly, but that's honestly not the point of this. The point of this is Creatures and/or objects affected by dim light, blah, blah, blah. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object cannot benefit from being invisible for the duration of the spell. So we can see them, so we get advantage.
Very excellent.
Get stabbing, Tessa.
All right, but first it is...
Sure.
All right, so Thrax...
but Tessa, you are on deck.
Yep, I know what I'm going to do.
Thrax is going to move up. He is going to move into a flank position with the one that's attacking Allie, but not in the wall of fire, because that would be a bad place to be, because he is not a tiefling, technically.
Yeah.
And then he will take a swing at the first...
So to get to it, you're going to have to leave the one who is on your foot.
I didn't get hit by one. Did I? That Kiki did.
No,
Kiki took it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then I'm going to focus...
You're totally clear. No, you can get there, no problem.
I'm going to focus...
I got it in the wrong
Kiki
order.
would probably be fine.
I've drawn the wall of fire, by the way, if it helps, the shape of it, the horseshoe.
So I'm going to go and attack that one.
Oh, nice.
So, actually... now I'm going to move up to the one next to Kiki, because I need to... Got to protect Burb. And I will roll... He will roll 2 attack... Actually, he will... First... he will mark... I will mark that one.
Okay.
So I have a thing called...
The one next to Kiki?
Yeah, because I have a thing called Planar Warrior, and if I hit, I will tell you what that does. So the first attack, because I get 2 attacks, is... Jack Dice. With the Scimitar, does a 19 hit its AC?
It does.
And the second one... Jack Dice. A 19 again.
Also hits, weirdly enough.
Okay. So as Thrax attacks, you folks see radiant planar energy coming out of him, and this is going to add damage to my first attack in the form of 2d8, because he's a special angel boy.
Now that's spicy.
So the first hit will do 15 damage on the first hit.
Woohoo!
And then the subsequent damage... So I'll check one thing real quick.
Did you roll all of those attacks with disadvantage?
Why?
But they're giving advantage, aren't they? Because of the...
Yeah, it's back to neutral because I give advantage.
So it's back to neutral.
Yeah, so I rolled them regular.
Yep. Excellent.
And then the second hit will be another 8 damage. Kate. So 23 total?
Hey. That is
23
solid demog. Mm-hmm. That one is, he's not looking pleased with his day.
That's me.
He was told there would be some easy stabbing and some wandering off into the wind, and he has been counter-stabbed. He's not enjoying this. Tessa.
Okay. So I'm going to use a point of inspiration to do the 2 turns, just so I can just use one to proc my sacred weapon, and as a bonus action, do the blinding smite, because I have to do that, or else I don't get a turn.
Right.
Correct. And now what I want to do is I want to proc an attack that's a cone to try and get all 3 of them. It's a 15-foot cone in front of me. Can I maneuver myself in such a way to get all 3 of them, or are they too far apart? Can I get 2 of them?
You can do that, but you will take an AOO from the one next to you to get to the end of the line to do the cone thing.
That's fine. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay. He rolled in that one, so lucky day.
Okay, so I
Wait, so it rolled an attack on her, right?
Correct.
This means that I can use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack against it.
It sure does.
Sentinel.
Stay there. I was going to. Good.
I have crit.
Ooh, let's go.
Oh, it's so nice when it's not me.
No, I love it. Are you kidding?
When it's on my team.
Good shit. Right? Isn't it like such a good feeling? You're like, it's okay. Allie has the turn. She'll get some crits. It'll be fun.
And because this is a creature against whom I have advantage, I get to add my sneak attack?
No.
Okay.
You have to actually roll the dice with advantage, not just have one stack of advantage involved.
Fair. Anyway, he takes 34 damage.
That's a lot of damage. He's 34. Oh, because he had 17 doubled.
Yeah, it's doubled.
That is how numbers work.
As I have doubled it.
I saw 17 and doubled it in my head and said 24, and then said, no.
Robbers.
Sorry, Tessa needs to get back to wailing on things now.
Yes, I would like. I very much like to have my turn, please.
That one is looking very sad. All right, Tessa.
So
Cone time.
Does it get all 3, or does it just get like 2?
You can get all 3.
Okay.
Just barely. You have to get like right up in that front one's face.
Right, I took the attack of opportunity. Okay. I'm going to proc the special ability on my sword to unleash a sunburst on them.
Ooh.
So they need to make a Constitution saving throw, or else be blinded, and they're going to take 12d6 radiant damage otherwise.
My God.
Half on fail.
Okay, let's get my 3d20s out here. So what's the DC?
18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a fail, and a fail.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a 12d6 real quick.
Con, not exactly their thing.
That's 41 radiant damage each.
My God.
We're going real ham on these dandelions. That makes me
These like
a little
tiny little
concerned.
creatures.
So they are basically just turned to ash. Right as you release the spell, though, there is suddenly, it's a little distracting, a very confused face on the one at the end who was next to Kiki. A puff of purple smoke, and, well, they're certainly all 3 gone now. So you're not sure what that was, but...
So there's no remains or anything, they just...
There's 2 little piles of ash.
But the third one may have GTFO'd.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one may have gone back to tell the boss.
I don't know if it's worth trying an Arcana check or something, but...
I mean, do you
I'm
still...
pretty sure it just bamfed.
If you've got good and evil up still, you would be able to tell how far it is.
Good point.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
not within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
So it just poofed away.
But it might have poofed out of 30-foot range.
Primeval awareness is done. That's over. I don't have that up.
Okay. There was no changes while it was up. There was Fae around you, there was Undead around you, nothing else like popped in or popped out or anything like that.
And what did... And Tessa asked the group, so the disembodied head in the sky, so we needed to get past the first group, and then we could go face him directly, right?
No, I think he said there were 2 groups just around that we might run into. I don't think we have to, like...
Oh, I thought it was either one or the other.
You have the stone tablets on them, so I don't feel bad, assuming that Thrax carried those around.
Yeah. But
they are like 25 pounds each.
I mean, he works out with Tessa now. That's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Tessa's got the other one. There's 2,
there's
right?
also a bag of holding.
Really, that's just Bosco, and he carries Bosco around all the time.
True.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's across 2 stone tablets, and there's clearly not enough text for there to need to be 2. It's like 1 paragraph on each tablet. Like he clearly did it
triple
just to be a
space.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Double
all the
space
spaces
after every period.
Well, and like he highlighted all the spaces and like made them font size 30. You know.
Dick.
What a waste of rock.
The thing about groups that he said, quote, "There are 2 groups of my allies in the forest between you and I. Each group has a maximum of 3 of my allies in it. You will only have to face 1 of these groups."
Ah, that's what okay. So shall we press onward?
Yep.
All right. You continue down the pathway, and you're back. You were assaulted maybe 30 feet just before the fork. So you're back there. Your footprints on the ground, left and right. Again, indistinguishable. Well, except now there's footprints going to the right.
God damn it.
I have...
Well then, I vote we try left.
Kiki shrugs. She's now mad and sad because she didn't get to attack any of the...
Oh, Kiki!
She's not. It's Kiki's very bad, awful, rotten day, or whatever that gives
I just want to go back to the
very
temple.
bad, terrible, horrible. Yeah.
I just want to go to the hot springs and forget this ever happened.
Let's go murder the asshole, and then
I want to go to brunch.
I mean, justifiably avenge ourselves upon.
Let's go
I mean, when was the last time
Left
that
path
Tessa
of
really had bacon? You know, like at this point.
Like
really?
a whole day, like 2 days.
Oh
God.
Yeah.
She's dying.
Dying.
All right, you head down the
I'm
left path.
withering.
All right, let's keep going.
my protein intake.
You get up to, you take the left path. It's quite straight. You kind of hold your breath, looking for dandelions, looking for little bullshit phase. No such shenanigans. You're back at the fork.
I have an idea. I don't think anyone's going to like it.
What's your idea?
I think Allie and Kiki should go down one path.
You're right, I don't like it.
Yeah, and me and Tessa should go down another, or some combination of that.
Kiki gives Thrax, like, the most evil look he's probably ever seen. She is tired and grumpy as fuck, and now he's saying split the party. And she doesn't say anything. She just, like, looks down at you.
Thrax is
and reminds you of the time you were scared of her.
No, I rolled. He's visibly scared of you at the moment. Look, I know it's a terrible idea.
Yes, we can end the sentence there. Why don't we walk back towards the clearing and try the other path?
Why don't we walk backwards?
That's very Faye.
And actually, not the worst idea. All right, let's try Tessa's idea. I think it's the best one so
Just
far.
like turn around and just walk backwards.
Turn
Okay.
around
So you're going.
every now and then.
Are we going to face God and march backward into hell?
Yes.
Okay, so you're taking one of the paths that was ahead of you, but you're walking backwards down it.
Yes.
Which one, left or right?
Left.
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 All right. You start walking, and everything looks the same because you're facing where you just came from. But you keep walking. You keep walking. The Rax, make a wisdom save to see if you can resist turning around.
Look back.
So is this a
Don't look
disadvantage or
forward.
no? This is a saving throw. I think they have their own category in exhaustion.
Saving throw.
They are their own thing, so
Yes. Saving throw is level 3.
Okay.
Also, you're within 10 feet of Tessa, I assume.
So I got a
Yes.
plus 5.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. Thrax is not that wise, but thanks to his boo, he gets a 24.
Oof.
I didn't Sodom and Gomorrah this.
You do not feel the need. I mean, you really want to turn around and like see if anything is happening, but you resist the urge because Faye bullshit. Seems like it might be problematic. You make it. You keep walking. You keep walking, and then you bump into a tree behind you. Whoever's in the front of the group. So Allie bumps into a tree behind her.
Spin around with my dagger out.
It's just
Fuck
a
you,
path.
tree.
It looks like it's clearing up a little bit ahead. It kind of banks off to the left, but it's pretty clear.
I think we can turn around. Very nice.
Fuck this Faye bullshit.
Kiki turns around. She's not dual wielding, but doesn't have that feature. But she's got a crossbow in one hand and her boomstick in another. Like she's so amped up.
So ready.
Like, this bird wants to kill.
All right.
Somebody's feathers are ruffled.
Yeah.
100%.
Kiki. No,
Yes.
sorry, Allie. You're in the front. You detect. Well, actually, make me an actual perception roll.
So disadvantage, but I'm within 10 feet of Tessa, so +5.
It's
No,
not safe.
it's not a saving throw. It's
Yeah.
right? It's a check.
Right.
33.
Whew. So, you hear, trying very hard to be stealthy, somewhere in the underbrush, some smallish creature with a strangely heavy footstep, about 40 feet ahead and just off to the left of the path.
Are they worried about what time it is, Rob?
No.
Okay.
What I want to do is use my... I want to use the ring, and I want to tell Kiki, basically, like, where exactly to aim, and suggest that she throw a rope bomb there.
Okay.
Like, basically, I line her up,
Mm-hmm.
and she throws.
All right.
Okay.
Rope bomb.
That's all right. So it is a.
Do we know
dex
this is
saving-
going to be a evil creature or a? It could just be an animal.
That's why I'm saying rope bomb, not bomb.
Oh, rope bomb. Oh,
Yeah.
I missed the rope portion of that. I thought we were just
Kiki
blowing
puts
animals
back
up now?
the
I'm like,
napalm
fuck.
bomb and pulls
This
out the
I
rope bomb.
In particular,
Kiki very sadly puts away the actual explosive and pulls out a rope bomb. So it's a dex save.
okay. They're not great at those. That's a 7.
No. The being whatever gets all like all wound
Tangled
up.
up. All right.
Tangled
do any of
up
you
in
speak
blue.
Sylvan?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, you hear some angry sounds, but you don't understand any of them. Assuming you continue to walk forward. Tessa, you get
one voice though.
Like one voice.
one voice. Yeah.
One voice, right? Okay.
Does it
Yeah.
sound like the same voice that we heard echoing loudly?
No, this is a sort of gruff, a low voice.
Is it Danny DeVito?
Is it a fan?
No, but only because
With
I
a
can't
panda.
do a very good Danny DeVito impression. If I could, it would be.
Tessa, Thrax asks,
Yeah.
should we go retrieve Kiki's quarry?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go do that.
Yeah, so Thrax is gonna notch an arrow and just be pointing where we saw the rope bomb as Tessa drags out whatever the hell was there.
Uh-huh. So Tessa, you go up as soon as you get within 30 feet of the pile of ropes. Instant ping, definitely Faye. You kind of reach down and, holding it at arm's distance, pick up the rope. And what you've captured is a small Fae with a long white beard and a nasty-looking sickle in one hand. He's trying to saw at the rope currently. He's actually making some concerning progress.
I kind of jangle the rope a little bit.
A long, bright red, nightcap sort of.
Oh my god, does he look like
hat
a
on his head.
gnome? Is this a
Yes.
gnome?
It is not
It's
a
a
gnome,
red
but
cap.
it looks.
It's a red
it looks
cap.
gnomish.
Red cap.
Red cap.
So I'm like holding it away from me. I'm like, oh god.
He's wearing very, very heavy boots, and Allie, you immediately recognize that's why you were able to hear him.
What do we have here?
Disarm. Kiki's like, disarm him. Like, get the
Kind
sickle
of
out of his
hisses at
hand.
you.
I smack the sickle out of his hand, or
Ooh.
try to make an attempt.
All right.
He's
We'll call that grappling.
it's grappled. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So give me a athletics or acro, or just athletics, right? For the grappler, and then either one to escape for the grapplee.
Oh well, so he's grappled by the ropes. I'm sorry, I thought that's what you were asking.
Oh, to wrench the sickle out of his hand. We'll call it.
Yeah,
grapple.
I don't know if he gets. What I mean is, I don't know if. I mean, I forget the rules for grappling if he's like disadvantaged or something.
I mean, I can do it as
It
an
just sets
unarmed
his speed to
strike
0.
too. But
You
said-
Yeah, you're welcome to do an unarmed strike, but give me a athletics check to pull it out of his hand.
all right, I'll roll that with disadvantage.
You can do an attack as if you want built in with
Okay.
that as well.
So 19 with
Oof.
disadvantage for athletics, and I'll do the unarmed, which is a 22.
Well, that definitely hits. So you backhand him real good. And go ahead and roll damage for that.
That's just a straight 6
It's just-
bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. 13. So you give him a good backhand, and while he's still dazed, you try and pluck the sickle out of his hand, and he's small, like officially small. You've got a held, but rope bag. But this fucker is strong. You can't get it out of his hand. He just grins
Why?
at you with filed teeth.
Why? This is not natural.
It is
Kiki?
not very natural, no, but it is. He is very strong.
Kiki takes her boomstick out and just points it at his head, like up against his temple. It's just like in common. She'll be like, "Brr, "Stop fucking around." See if he
Thrax
responds.
will add the notched arrow to the other side.
In common, he responds, mocking you. "Brr, fuck you."
Then
And
Kiki's
Tessa holds it like away, like the rope, like away.
He tries to swing at your arm with his sickle, Tessa.
I have really long arm.
You do, but the hand is still there. But he rolled 14.
No.
I rolled a disadvantage. Are we going to do anything or just yeet him in the woods, or what's the play?
Nope.
I mean, I
Carry him around?
Are you
Knock him
working?
out.
Are you working for anybody?
Of course I am.
What's his name?
Mariel.
You the dude who
All right.
brought us here?
Probably.
Do you want to be working for him?
Don't have much of a choice.
You can fight him.
Why? Kiki's like, but why not?
Brings me
Why no
victims.
choice?
He brings you
To the
up.
ring victims.
Wait, do you kill people?
Or I die, yep.
Do you enjoy killing people?
Very much so.
Kiki? Thrax?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All I need?
Thrax
Yeah,
is going to move
Kiki-
out of the way of the boomstick because he's seen the boomstick. And he's like, okay.
You're like,
All right.
do you want me to
what
like
sort of-
skeet shoot him, Kiki?
If you do, I'll give you advantage on the attack because that's so cool.
Wait, Kiki, do you want to see who hits him first? And Thrax will get like next.
Yeah.
With the bow.
So Kiki's ready, and then she looks at Thrax. If Thrax is ready, then to Tessa, she goes, "Pull."
3. What? Ew.
24.
Both of you roll
24.
with advantage. Whoever is higher will
Crit.
will get the first hit.
Oh.
So I'm going to mark him with my special Starboy magic.
Uh-huh.
And wow, this longbow, thanks to my wife's giving me those archer things, it's going to be a lot of damage.
It's gonna be a lot of damage.
Wait, wife? Did
If
we
he's
miss
still
the
alive,
wedding?
you'll get to hit him too. It's just
I don't
that,
actually know what
Thrax hit
month it
first.
is, maybe.
I'm like, I missed the wedding episode because.
Yeah, no. They're engaged. I don't believe they're married yet.
Okay.
It depends on what
Wife
month
to
it
be.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be. Blech.
Now you have to do math.
12.
Why don't you just roll in the thing?
Because I like my dice. I don't ever get to do
It's
this.
fair.
He has psychic control over the physical dice.
That is
They
a
know to respect him as the normal D.
total of. So it's a total of 24 damage from Thrax's first attack.
All right. We'll let Kiki get a hit in between the first and second because you have to.
Okay.
I have to reload, yeah.
Yeah. So the bullet's
Okay.
hit now.
All right, so Kiki does 23 with her first attack.
He is
And-
cased.
Oh,
Boom.
Flat.
Kiki goes over and
Yeah,
gives a
Thrax
high
will-
five to Thrax,
Yeah.
but she has to like reach really high up because of the height difference.
Tessa kind of wipes a tear. She's like, I just love making people happy.
Is there any part of him left? Is the hat there?
There's a couple little bits and bobs. The hat is there. There's a hole in the end of it.
Right, yeah.
Are you gonna give that to Bosco?
No. This is cursed. We're gonna
Do you
give this
pick
to
it up?
our host. I will find a stick, perhaps about 10 feet long,
Sure.
and just use
Kiki has
that.
mage hand if you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just grab it with the mage hand because I'm not touching.
Where do you
that.
want it? Where do you want it to
Just
go
have
though?
we can have like a flag in front of us.
Oh my god. Okay.
As you sort of pick it up, you notice that it's this red cap, as several of you determined. It's not just dyed red.
Mhm.
It's
Oh.
dripping with blood.
Glad we're using a mage hand and it's not my hand.
Gross.
Yeah.
Like you guys have never seen blood before.
But not like
Really don't drink my
actively
hatchet.
dripping from. Yeah. Maybe
I mean,
accidentally.
I've beheaded a couple people.
We should talk about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go behead this guy though, because
Yeah.
I just would like to go. I also would like to go back to the temple.
Oh, Kiki's like, wait, groups of three. So she's like,
Yeah.
she's a little confused now. Like, unless the one that bamfed became the red cap, or like just as far as the terms of the contract. She also doesn't know if it's just there's general Feywild nastiness in addition.
Yeah, I mean,
Could be.
He said we didn't have to fight both groups of 3, not that he wouldn't send other shit in between.
I think he did say there would be other obstacles in the way.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Key just points it out. All right.
He didn't specifically say that there would be other obstacles, but he conspicuously didn't say there wouldn't.
Let's keep going.
Such is the way.
This is the way.
You keep walking. You see, after a couple of minutes, so at this point, Tessa, your detect has faded.
Okay.
It takes a little while to get through here. It's long. It's a really pretty forest if it wasn't so actively oppressive. At one point, you take a quick break to adjust some armor or something, and you go to lean on a tree, Tessa, and you're pretty empathic. You know, you're tuned into shit. You've got a really good vibe detector, you know?
Mm.
And let's just say if you were a seismograph, you'd be all over the place. These trees are just, like, mad. They're not happy. There's, like, active malevolence in the plants here.
Is this they're angry that there's like trespassers here? Are they angry that the shadow dude is here? Or are they just angry in general? Like, this is just fucking Feywild nonsense.
Roll me insight or nature, your choice.
I will do insight. 7.
I'm pretty sure
actually,
you're like hilariously
have
better
to-
at insight.
Oh, I wasted a crit. 17.
Maybe not.
Because the disadvantage.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17 is
you
not bad.
kind of get the sense you're not much of a plant expert, if you will. You do better at you know,
Not
things
not
that move around
super.
beings.
I mean, plant emotions are not on the resume, but I could probably dabble.
Exactly. So you're not 100% for sure. Like you couldn't like have a therapy session with this tree, but you definitely get the vibe that they're just like pissed in general. These are not good. It's not a good place. It's not good.
We
It's
need
like-
to get out of here.
They're green and growing. It's not like slimy kind of evil, but it's just not good. It's like evil, malevolent, angry trees. Yeah.
I do relay this to the group to kind of like, okay, we should probably hustle. They're very angry trees. We don't know what they're gonna do.
Yes, let's hustle at 15 feet per round.
Let's hustle as I get out like my walker.
Yeah.
Canes and yeah.
All right. So, you limp your way forward, I suppose, and you see in the distance, and then slowly opening up before you as you approach, a clearing. Lit half by sun. It's sort of a late afternoon sunlight at this point. You really haven't been walking that long. You've been out here for like maybe an hour total. You
Feels
get the
like
sense
ages.
pretty readily that like the sun's position and the actual time are kind of just a little disconnected, if you will, around here. There's some bullshit.
Before we fully enter, do we want to like, can we do like a perception investigation check of the clearing or something, or
Sure.
just want to check that we're not just like walking right into like. Kiki would prefer to do investigation, but that's because she's better at that. Is it okay with you, DM, or do you want to
Yeah.
perception?
Fine by me.
Okay,
Allie will perception as well to help out.
Rob.
I will.
a disadvantage.
Same.
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage, right?
Rob.
Yeah. Yes.
Thrax is going to cast Find Traps.
Ooh, I like it.
19 for Kiki.
What specifically does it find? What count does it track?
I'm pretty sure it's like non-magical, kind of your, like your. You get the spell. You sense the presence of any traps within range that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you would consider harmful or undesirable, which is specifically intended as by the creator. The spell would sense an area affected by alarm, a glyph of warding, or a mechanical pit trap, but it would not reveal natural weaknesses in floor, unstable ceiling, or hidden smoke. So if somebody fucked with this area to harm us, I will know that. But if, like, you know, we're in a cave and it's just going to give out because it's old or it's water table issues, then I won't find that.
Okay. There is, in fact, a glyph of some sort.
It doesn't reveal the location. I just know it's there.
Okay.
But I know the general, like, what is it?
Okay. So it's definitely a glyph of triggering some sort of spell. You get abjuration vibes from it, which I think is reasonable with determining the sort of trap that it is. And do you get, like, the vague direction, or just that it's in range?
Just within the range of it's within 120 feet of Thrax.
Yeah. So there is one such element within range, and no other similar things. Actually,
relay that to the
hold on, 120 feet? Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing else within that range. The whole clearing is within that range.
I will relay that to the group that there's something, it's magical, it's a glyph. So if we can look for that, that's probably what's
I can dispel it if we find it.
Kiki can also hex it, like, to dismantle it, and it's just like a cantrip for her, basically.
Ah,
so does anyone have detect magic?
I do. Wait.
Maybe that would help, since we know it's a glyph.
Ping.
Yes. Let's see. Sense presence of magic. Use ors. Because that might. I don't know if that's going to tell me where it is. Let me look it up real quick.
Or if it's just, yes, there's magic.
Let's see. You sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. You can, if you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn the school of magic, if any. But if it's a glyph...
Okay.
The spell...
Visible...
Yeah, the spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by stone, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say anything else.
All right. Yeah. So it's any visible magic thing in the area gets an aura on it?
Yeah, like if there was it says any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic.
Okay, but it also penetrates barriers. So I guess if it could be visible if you moved a little bit. I feel like the wording there's a little weird. It probably just means things that aren't explicitly invisible. Yeah.
It is blocked by stone, metal, lead, or 3 feet of
the normal blocks. Yeah. Like something behind a wooden door is not currently visible, but it sounds like, once you see it, it would have an aura around it once you open the door, but you wouldn't be able to see through the door. I think that's probably how that works.
3 feet of wood, so that's pretty thick.
Yeah, well, that's why I was saying, like, the spell will work through a door.
Yeah.
But the thing on the other side won't be visible until you open the door.
I mean, there's no harm there's no really harm in trying it. So
yeah, for sure.
That is what's the range on that?
I think it's 30?
120 feet.
Big.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong spell. I was looking at the spell. My bad. I have so many tabs up right now. I think you're right. I think it's 30 feet. Sorry. Yeah. 30.
Okay. So you pop that on. The first thing you obviously notice is all of you guys are very bright in spell-o-vision. Kind of almost giving you a headache, honestly. Like, there's so many magic items here.
Oh my god, so much magic!
Yeah.
Magic.
And you see... So you're looking out towards the clearing, and you're trying to be really, like, meticulous as you scan it, I assume. Make me a perception check. There's one thing that you don't need to check for, but you would see it slightly after the thing that you do need to check for.
7 with disadvantage.
Okay. So you look up into the clearing. You don't see anything on the floor. You don't see anything on the wall. You kind of squint and turn your head towards the shaded half of the clearing, which is a little more around the way from you. And there's Nikki standing there. With her eyes glowing in purple. And plenty of magic on her.
Did she notice us? Like, I'm like, Nikki? What are you doing?
Standing still. She doesn't respond.
I'm gonna get closer to Nikki. I am going to relay this on Slap Chat, though, in case the group didn't hear me say that.
You're going to walk into the clearing?
Wait,
Yeah.
what about the glyph? Like, we still don't know where it is.
Oh, Tessa's just going to go.
Oh my goodness. Fly. She's like, Kiki be like, fly,
Nikki.
Tessa, fly. Kiki be like, fly, Tessa, fly. She'll try to ask you to
Oh,
not step on the
right,
ground, in other words.
Right.
Like,
So Tessa will attempt to fly
Right, my
over to
wings.
Nikki. Right, my wings.
Okay. So you step into the clearing. You get like 4 footfalls in before you hear Kiki calling out behind you, and you immediately say, "Oh fuck!" and flap your wings up into the air. And the rest of you see, as her last footfall lands on the ground, there's a flash of orangish light out from under it, and a slightly shimmering wall springs into existence across the opening into the clearing. No other effects happen. Tessa,
Mhm.
so you fly over to Nikki.
And I'm looking at her like, Nikki, are you okay? Can you hear me?
No response at all. She's standing stock still. Make me a perception check.
Here we go again. 8.
Bleh, it can only go well. She is. I mean, it looks like she's alive. You see a little bit of breathing, but she's just standing like statue still.
Can we see them through whatever barrier
Yeah.
or wall came up?
Yeah, it's a sort of faint little bit of orange to it.
Thrax is going to move forward, and once he sees that, he's going to go immediately towards Tessa. And as soon as he hits where that wall is, he's going to try to Misty Step
Plunk.
past it.
Okay.
If
yeah,
he can.
You do without issue.
Okay. So I just want to be near her because...
Mark that spell.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Tessa's gonna get a little concerned now. Do I'm picking up like this magic aura that's around Nikki? Do I think that she's under a spell or a curse?
spell curse.
Yeah,
A cursed spell.
not sure. More curse, but
I think
Magic?
Tessa's actually
Fucky
going
magic?
to reach out and try to shake her.
okay. You're able to shake her. She kind of rocks back and forth. She starts to tip over after you stop shaking her because she's off
Right,
balance. So you
with
catch her and stand her back up.
with my minor empathy, am I feeling any emotions from her?
A lot of fear, mostly just fear
Um,
at this point.
I'm going to. Oh yeah, go. Sorry, go ahead.
Just a moment, yeah. So Thrax, as you sort of run up behind them, make me a perception check as you run into the clearing as well.
Ooh. 25.
25. That is very
Damn
good.
it.
So, first of all, you're looking at Nikki, obviously, and at Tessa as you run over there. You notice 2 things. First of all, that she is sweating.
Nikki?
Yeah. And there's like faint little tremors in her muscles. Like it's taking a lot of effort to stay so still. He had to Misty Step. Yeah. The other thing you notice is just out of the corner of your eye, you whirl around in time and a very small sort of winged flying thing pops out of the air nearby you, and you saw it, so you don't have to roll this with disadvantage. But flies down close to your head, and a puff of sparkling purple mist comes out, filling your face. You hold your breath because you saw it coming up, but I still need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
And I'm next to Tessa.
Yep.
You are, so you've got your
And that
big
plus
bonus.
5.
Wow.
Like really.
We have a 27.
Oof.
I rolled a 19
Very
on
nice,
the dice.
very nice. You got your breath held in time. You reflexively reach up and plug your nose, and it doesn't seem to affect you at all.
Do I see the thing that cast it at me?
Yeah, so it's floating now about 15 feet up in the air, and it has just this wicked grin on its face. This is
One that caught away.
You might know Thrax. You know nature things. Who would have experience with Fey bullshit?
Allie, probably.
Just Allie?
Allie has
Yeah.
experience. They both
Okay.
Definitely Allie.
Allie, Kiki, you're watching this. Allie, make me a history, or I feel like Fey would not really be a nature check. Maybe Arcana. Give me history or Arcana.
They're both terrible.
Yeah. Or nature. That's also fine.
3.
That's definitely some Fey bullshit.
That's some Fey bullshit.
But okay.
How far is the thing from Thrax? The itty bitty.
10 feet up.
Okay, but not like it's not in like right next to him or anything.
No, it swooped down right next to him and like basically exhaled at him.
Did I see that? Or am I too busy with Nikki?
You didn't see it happen. You can turn and you can see this thing floating up in the air.
Okay.
Briefly.
I want to make sure that Nikki is comfortable, like maybe just like sitting down propped on a tree. And I want to try to remove some of the fear from her so I can go deal with that thing, but that she's not like really terrified as much.
That's very kind of you. So she can't really sit because
Maybe just
she's
prop her.
You lay her
yeah,
down.
but you can
Yeah.
you can lie her down. That'll work.
Or lie her down and make sure she's kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
Because shit's about to go down.
Yeah, more or less. As you do this, you're able to take a little bit of fear away, for sure. And this sort of small dragon-looking Fey bullshit thing grins and starts to speak, and you can't understand the words directly, and then after like a brief second, you hear in your head, in common, I'm so glad at least some of you could make it. Welcome, welcome. Shall we begin? And I need you all to roll initiative.
At
Remember, roll
disadvantage.
13.
With disadvantage
5.
though.
Yes, no,
Right.
Disadvantage.
20.
Yep. Ooh, nice, thanks.
Oops, that's wrong.
Chessa?
5.
Oof.
Lowest was 9 for Kiki.
Okay. So ironic that she prefers checkers. The delayed. Okay. So this creature up in the air will start by swinging down close to you again, Thrax, since you're close. And try, well, okay. It's going to try to just bite you right on the nose. Does a 10 hit? I rather suspect no.
No, it does not.
How strange. It snaps in front of you. Nikki, dearest, that one looks like a bit of a problem. Could you give me a hand? Check a thing.
Is the little gremlin thing saying that?
Yeah.
Like, the big bad is actually the little bad?
Yep.
The littlest bad.
The littlest bad. So tiny, but so mean.
They're, yeah, excellent. Tessa.
Yo.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
And that's not a disadvantage. Okay.
Correct. And
Oh, I
you
made a
get
10!
Ooh.
With your
That's
pluses?
not
Damn.
gonna do it.
Yeah, that's with the pluses.
Wow.
So you look
I
over
rolled
at
2.
Oh.
You look over at Nikki, lying there on the floor where you set her down, and her hands start to move in a pattern that you've seen actually many times before, but never with the finger gun at the end pointed at you. And the effect starts to be familiar, and then you realize that it's rather the opposite of what you're used to. You've just been reduced.
Small.
Your size is halved in all dimensions. Your weight is thus 1/8 of normal. Your size is reduced by 1 category, so you are now officially a small creature.
I'm like 3.5 feet. I'm adorable.
You have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
I could deal with that.
And all of your weapons have shrunk to match your new size and deal 1d4 less damage.
Ouch. Is that per hit, I'm guessing? Like, we'll just add that
yes.
minus? Okay.
Yeah, every time that you roll your damage dice, you also roll a negative d4.
Okay. Well, could be worse. Hey, I'm fast now!
Yeah.
You're so zippy.
I mean, I'm
You
not
are faster
actually
at
moving
size.
faster. Like,
But it feels like it.
It feels like it is. Like, I'm still
Yeah.
moving 15 feet.
But your little feet are like... It's
It's like I have tiny feet. For
so
once.
good. And then the little dragon-y thing in your face turns invisible and fades out of your vision. With that, Thrax, it is your turn.
So
Allie, you're on deck.
not knowing where the thing went, and seeing that he has controlled our friend, Thrax is going to go over to Nikki and attempt to cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Ooh,
Nice.
Okay.
Which hopefully, so until this, I guess she can make a save against this, because technically until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected from certain types of creatures, but Fae is listed amongst them. This grants benefits, but so
Ooh. They get advantage on any saving throw.
yeah,
against the
which
new
hopefully
effect.
will help Nikki make a saving throw to get the fuck out of whatever charm she's probably under.
Wait a minute. Is
Yeah.
she charmed?
I don't. Oh,
Not
is she?
mechanically.
Okay.
So,
The effect is not a capital C charm.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
just
your aura
checking.
does
Right.
not
Damn
remove
it.
but hopefully this
It's like you
will-
planned for
idea,
this.
though. It's almost like I planned.
Almost like you planned for this.
So hopefully this will help save her from whatever the hell is going on.
Worth a shot.
And then Thrax will spend a point of inspiration to go over to Tessa and hit Tessa with haste.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like
okay.
You are very fast.
You are small and fast.
Phew.
A blistering 30 feet of movement.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Oh, man.
And then I guess he's just going to spend what remains of his things to try to listen for the fucking dragon or whatever the hell this thing is at disadvantage.
Yeah. So, what I'm gonna do... So, protection from evil and good affects one willing creature.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't entirely apply to Nikki at the moment. She wishes it did, but there's some, stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have you just do a charisma roll-off using your saving throw bonus against the effect, basically. The charisma of the big bad.
Okay.
The tiny bad.
Tiny big bad.
So I got an 18 total. Well, Marielle did.
19 on the dice.
Yes. Okay, so the spell takes effect. You can feel there's some resistance. It's almost like she's trying to fight it off. And then you push and give her a nod and it sinks in. You can feel.
Okay. Then I'm going to go haste Tessa, and then I'm going to see if I can find this thing with a perception check. I know I can't see it, but maybe I can hear it flapping its wings or cackling like a moron. Or just jackassery.
Yeah,
Tessa's so small and so fast.
Roll three.
Yeah, give
12.
me a perception. Okay.
Still
I
a
will take that
disadvantage,
into
so
account.
12.
Excellent.
Great.
And with that, Allie, Kiki, you're on deck.
Allie is
On deck.
going to burrow Luna
Okay.
to get her up and over the wall.
Hmm.
See my movement.
Has Luna been with you, or would you have dismissed her after that first
No,
area?
I wouldn't have dismissed her.
Okay.
Yes, in meme chat, Deb explicitly stated that she was still here.
Ah, excellent. Okay, cool.
Because Allie was like, "How the fuck do I get over there?"
Meme chat
Surprisingly,
or
I haven't been paying
ground.
very much attention this
Yes,
session for some reason.
Fair. Probably because of your right now, bastard. All right, let's see. I would like
Excellent.
to
So,
see.
yeah, you happily float over the wall on Luna's back.
Great.
We'll say that takes your movement for the round, though. Climbing onto Luna, the
Right.
movement of getting over and getting off.
Yep. So then let's perception check to see if I can figure out where this thing's at.
Okay.
If I can't, I have other things I can do.
Okay.
27.
Okay. You're looking for shimmers, you're looking for, the movement of leaves, anything like that. You don't see anything, and then just off to the left, you hear like a mosquito sound, or like a... Have you ever been near a bat roost when they come out?
No, but I've
heard
had a
that
bat in my
before.
house, so I know what that sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
okay.
little squeaky
So,
sounds.
yeah, well, I was thinking more
Okay.
the flapping. It's like this super faint, like if you really just you have to be super quiet to hear it. It's really cool. Anyways, that's what you hear. Is this little tiny bat flapping little...
So I'm just mapping this. So
Uh-huh.
there's me. The left of me is Dragon Thing.
Correct.
Okay, where are Tessa, Nikki, and Thrax relative to me?
Here, let me just draw a quick, super shitty thing here. So we've got a round clearing.
Mhm.
That is half shadow. And so this is obviously not to scale, but Nikki and Tessa and Thrax are over here in the bottom right bit of the dark portion. The entrance was here. And you just landed
There-ish.
would have been here. Yeah. So
Okay.
more on the light side.
Okay. Then
And then Kiki obviously would be just there.
and the general noise-ish that I'm hearing is like
Over here.
yay.
mainly. Yeah, more or less.
Yay-ish. Okay. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I have perceived where the thing is.
Roughly.
I'm gonna smack it. Well, no, I feel like between the movement and the perceiving, I really have a bonus action worth of acting left.
Yeah, it would have taken a full action to get a good beat on him.
Great, so bonus action.
I will say, if you want, you can get a... you can only spend a bonus action's worth of time perceiving and get less good of a read on where he is.
Nope. I want
okay.
that read of where he is.
Okay.
For two reasons. I mean, I do also have. All right, bonus action. I'm gonna the Firefox is gonna come out first of all.
Oh. Whoosh.
I will draw that. The shape is going to be a horseshoe, but facing outward and away from us.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it wants to come through and attack us, it must fly through. Also, it's within 10 feet when it gets cast, so it needs to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
To beat a 19.
It does so.
It will take half of 17, so 8 damage.
Okay.
But once again, any attack roll against the affected creature has advantage. The affected creature cannot benefit from being invisible anymore.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to spend a point of inspiration so that I can do some more bullshit.
Okay.
And specifically, the bonus I would like to do is bonus action summon my shard blade and stab at range because I have a glaive.
Okay, so you're stabbing through the
It's
wall
a
of
10 foot
fire.
reach, yes. And
Okay.
also, it's a weapon made of light, so it's not affected by things being on fire.
Nice. How active and flamey is this wall of fire? Is it like the actual wall of fire spell?
Yes.
Or okay. I believe
Is it resistant to fire?
no.
Oregon?
Okay, I mean you don't know, but no. So the wall is opaque. So it has full cover if you want to stab through it.
Ah. Well, in that case,
And also it may or not be benefiting from invisibility, but you still can't see it.
And I'm not going to bother spending that point of inspiration, and I'm just going to have my... I'm ready to stab.
You're ready to go. Okay, sounds good. Excellent. In that case, Kiki, I believe it is your turn. There is a shimmering orange wall between you and a clearing, which is surrounded by another shimmering orange wall of sorts. But that one's fire, and it's Allie's, and you've seen it before.
Okay. How high is the outer wall? Not the firewall, but
the wall that's right in front of you?
Yep.
You look up, trying to gauge it, maybe 25, 20, somewhere in there.
Okay. How would a large creature be able to, like, climb it? Like, how would that work with a large creature?
You have your flight boots too. Don't forget.
No, I do, but this is about Pinion.
Oh.
Because I don't want to leave Pinion behind because my AC goes down by 2. But if I must, I must. Like, if it's just not feasible, I figure like Kiki could do a quick calculation. Like,
sure. So
yeah.
Large creature controls 15 by 15 by 15. So for a 25-foot wall, how's Pinion's hops?
Well, okay,
You'd
so
have
I
to
can
roll
make
for it.
right. So okay, so basically,
But it's not
at this
completely
stage
implausible.
So at this stage, Kiki can make Pinion turn into a large creature for 5 rounds. It's like basically like a transformer, and Pinion has a +4 strength in that form. But like, if it's a waste of time, she's not going to do it. But that's what she's going to try. She wants to.
Okay.
She wants
It's
to have
hard to
Pinion
tell.
do this.
It's
Okay.
definitely not. It's kind of that annoying in between. You know, you've done the numbers, you've got your range, and it's either definitely possible or definitely impossible. It's somewhere in between.
Okay. All right. So she's
work.
going
The
to.
dice are in your favor.
She'll be like, Pinion, transform! And so Pinion basically, in a very Digimon-esque / Transformers, totally not Transformers TM, totally not Digimon TM, becomes large in size. So sort of like a totally not Metal Garurumon
Okay.
TM. And Metal Garurumon, yeah, so Pinion, Mega Pinion will try to jump or climb, whatever is it. Yeah, the thing.
Give me a acrobatics check to see if Pinion can vault this.
Okay,
It's a
all
high
I have
DC,
is like
'cause that's a big hops.
yeah. So I mean, all I have is like a strength for her. I don't have any like stats. So how do you want me to do
Acrobatics is based off your dex.
Okay, let me see what.
So whatever your raw dex bonus is, and then if not,
Ooh, that's
then
not good.
Just your dex
Nope. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, that I did not realize. I was hoping it was strength.
Let me check. Scoot, do you know off the top of your head jump height? I think it is related to strength.
So if you're doing, that would be an athletics check. If you're just trying to straight up vault something, you're like a standing long jump. That would be a athletics check.
Great vault.
Versus if you're trying to like climb it, like a rock climb, which is a bit more dexterous because you have to climb the path and move and hold things. Yeah.
Yeah. So give me athletics then.
So again, is it a strength bonus? Is basically what I'm asking.
That is a strength bonus. Yeah.
Okay, 17.
17. Okay. So Pinion jumps up.
Yeah.
It's looking good. Pinion's front claws just hook over the top of the wall, and it's pretty solid. This wall there. So Pinion can't get over this turn, but with another turn of movement, it'll be able to scrabble over.
Okay. So Kiki's not going to wait for that. So Kiki...
Right now it's just hanging suspended in the air. It looks really funny, actually.
Oh, like the back paws are kind of like scratching against. Not very dignified.
But there's just nothing to get purchase on. It's this like perfectly smooth.
Kiki rolls her eyes. It's not. She really wanted a grand entrance for Pinions, Mega Pinions first, and that's okay. All right, so she's going to be like, you could do it. And then because Pinion now can act on his own turn in this form, again, for 5 rounds. Okay, so she's going to use her Boots of Flight. She's going to use her Boots of Flight.
Do you want to just put it after your... We'll put it like
that's fine.
Use. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So then she'll use her Boots of Flight to fly up, stay hovered above the firewall that Allie put, and now the big bad is no longer invisible, correct?
That is correct.
A little
but
bad.
What is
A little
Allie's
bit bad.
fly speed? Or Allie? What's Kiki's fly speed with the boots?
30. I mean, it's just like walking. 30.
Okay.
Oh, I see. She wants to get up enough that she could basically fire down what she wants to do.
Would that be affected by exhaustion? I don't think so. I think you would still have 30. But it's a 25.
Oh, that's
wall,
a great.
So you can just get on top of the wall.
Okay. And then she can
So
see
you're
down.
right up there with Pinion. You can see down. How tall is the wall of fire, Allie?
20 feet.
Okay, so I could see over
It's
into
a tight angle, but you can see over it, but you wouldn't be able to see the fairy dragon because it's right next to the wall. Yeah, I told you what it was.
Oh, so I was like, oh. Okay, so I can't see it, but I know I have a general sense of where it is. Right?
You see the back area beyond the wall of fire where you don't see it, and you don't see it in front of the wall of fire, so you know it's within like 10 or 15 feet on the other side.
Okay, so Kiki was trying to do she's gonna try and do like a fuck. What is she gonna try to do? All right, she's just gonna do what has an area. Okay, she has something that is 30-foot range. Will that hit the critter? Like just even mechanistically? Okay. So you've never seen her use this before, but she
30
hits
foot from you.
Correct. That's what she's asking. If it's not, she'll do something else.
It's closed. We'll say sure.
Okay. All right. So she is going to activate on her boomstick. You've never seen this before. A new sigil, and she's going to cast Agonizar's Scorcher, which she can't even pronounce because of the name. She trips over it, and so a roaring flame, 30 foot long and 5 feet wide, emanates. Ouch, because she wants more fire to fire. She's very upset at this thing, and so it's a dex save.
Okay. Let's see. So you can't see it, so it will get full cover bonus. I don't know
how does that work with a dex? Yeah, I don't know how that would affect a dex.
I think
save
it changes
thing.
the DC.
Well, it's not a. Oh,
Check.
Does it?
Oh no, it's a bonus to their saving throw. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Yeah, bonus to their saving throw. AoE can still hit it, but okay. Dex save is with the bonus 32.
Yeah, but definitely makes it. So it only takes 11 fire damage then.
Okay.
That's her first attack.
Still not bad.
Yeah, she just was like, fire, mad. So Kiki then is going to decide. Okay, so everything else is okay. She's going to do again because she can't exactly see where it is, right? So she's going to do a flash bomb that has a 10-foot radius and throw it at the general area where she thinks it's going to be, and it's a con save.
All right. That is a 15.
No. So the critter is blinded for 2 combat rounds, and that's all Kiki can do right now.
Nice.
Very cool. All right, Tessa, at long last.
So, can we see this
Small
thing
Tessa.
yet?
Tessita.
Mini.
No, there's a big wall of fire that is in the way.
Tessita.
Sorry, I can't move it till I have a bonus action again.
So this thing's on the other side of the firewall.
Yep.
Somewhere on the other side of the firewall. You know it's vaguely to the left of...
Can I fly up and over the wall?
Yes, but
what's
if you
your light speed?
of it,
I'm actually going to trigger Kiki's scarf as a free action, which gives me double speed, so 30.
Okay. So
I'm hasted. I'm hasted too. So that's 60.
Oh my god.
So that's
Yeah.
60. You can get over it.
Yeah. Okay.
don't end your turn within 10 feet of the wall, though.
So can I, if I'm looking at the map here, I'm assuming that little like blue square is the thing.
It's
far left.
around there. You don't know
Okay.
for sure, but
So
it's you know it's
I want to
vaguely
come out like
over there.
if I jump over the wall, or if I fly over the wall and towards the left side of the screen, 10 feet away from Allie's wall. Can I see it in front of me?
Yes. Well, you can't see. Well, I mean, she could be like way over here.
I'm also fire resistant too.
True.
I need to be in melee yeah.
Well, you could. It's end your turn there, so you could take a 5-foot adjust once you do it, or a disengage as a bonus action.
So there's nowhere that is within. You can see it. So you get over the wall first of all.
I just want to see it. I don't care about the fire.
You can see it. It's there, kind of in the corner. Well, you can't quite see it. It's still invisible, but it's sparkly, like there's fairy fire on it.
It's not invisible.
I just need to be able to see enough that I can hit
it. It can't benefit from invisibility, right? But it can still be invisible as long as it doesn't count. This is just flavor invisibility.
Okay, sure.
I can clearly see that there is a weird little dragon creature, that it's sparkly but also blinded right there.
It's glittery, yeah.
So I'm going to get into melee range. For my bonus action, I'm going to return on my blinding smite using my level 3 spell slot. It's just, I mean, it's the best smite.
It's really good.
It does the most damage, so there's no reason not to use that one.
Branding is also fantastic for the radiant.
Well, yeah, blinding is radiant too.
Oh, maybe that's the one I was thinking of then. Oh, branding is fire. No, I think you're right.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I have 3 attacks. I am going to do my first attack, which I don't have Sacred Weapon anymore. That went away, so it's only plus 13.
Don't forget, this creature
don't forget the minus D4.
Well, you are rolling at advantage.
Am I rolling at advantage?
You are rolling at advantage because my wall of fire.
And this is—I thought the 1d4 was damage. It just takes away the damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, don't forget it.
Okay. I'm going to roll with advantage. Okay, so that didn't do anything this time, but does a 30 hit him?
Yes, strangely.
Okay, so the first
now look at the joy on Scoot's face right now.
Isn't it so good, Scoot?
I'm going to use Savage Attacker to reroll that.
Okay.
So 32 minus 4, that's 28 for the first hit.
It's only a minus D4, not a full 4.
Oh, okay.
So you can just include that in your roll next time.
Okay, so 31.
Nice.
For the first one.
So before you attack more, I should point out, you immediately notice one interesting thing, which is, so you're not sure what color the blood of Fey bullshit dragon stuff is supposed to be.
This is true.
But you're pretty sure it's not supposed to be wisps of shadow flooding out of it.
Well, good thing I'm doing radiant damage.
It is a good thing you're doing radiant damage.
More of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do plus 20, plus 13, with advantage. Does a 29 hit him?
Yes.
All right.
You hit hard, even when small.
Okay.
Shit.
Don't forget the minus D4.
Yep, I know. All right, so 38 damage. That's 38 more radiant damage.
Amazing. Oh, I love it. It's so good.
And number 3.
Well, before you get there, things are happening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That 30 will remain. Don't worry.
Well, I'm gonna crit fish.
Okay. Thank you for crit fishing.
Good. So you hit this dragon. The first hit lops off a wing, and this smoke starts pouring out, and it's sort of flopping down. It's having a bad day. The second hit just cleanly fucking beheads the thing.
Oh. Okay.
But you said the 30 stands.
I did. Things are happening.
Think.
Oh no.
The body falls to the ground, and you've seen many dead bodies in your time.
Sure.
Crumple like a balloon is not the normal action they take.
No.
There's kind of this... The invisibility at this point fully fades, even for flavor reasons. And you can see there's this dead fairy dragon on the ground, but it's just like a shell of a fairy dragon, and it's just like a like the clothes that you leave on the ground with like a face on them. It's
like
very
a mask?
strange.
Like a cicada shell?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And there's a pile of smoke where you would expect a pile of blood, and it pulls itself up. Standing before you now, you take a step back almost involuntarily. Is this shadowy figure with a gaping maw, taller than you? The mouth is like 1.5 feet, just hanging open. I need you.
He took a bow in his mouth.
Get real tired of the shadow bullshit. I say to this thing.
It's almost like there's some theming. So I'll have you hit him at the same time as this thing happening. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. But first, roll your damage.
I am... Okay. Does a 21 save it?
A 21 does save.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dump a Critspiration into that, and I'm gonna dump a Divine Smite into it because I'm fucking tired. Tessa's very tired. She's done with this. I'm gonna cast that at level 4. So I'm
Tessa
see how
Angie.
I am hungry. I am tired.
I haven't had bacon in 24 hours.
2d8 to the target plus
I am in
one
bacon with
1d8
straw.
plus 1 level higher than. So it's going to be 5d8 extra total.
Jesus.
I'm sending my crit vibes at you.
What I do? I think I hit an extra button. Okay, I am going to roll.
Here we go.
All right, so that's 25 plus
And confirm.
5d8 in the Divine Smite, which is 13. So that's 38 times 2. So that is 76. That's not my best.
Minus 1d4.
Minus. Okay, so
That's before the doubling from the Critspiration.
take away 2.
Take away.
74?
It's dice, so it comes before the double.
Okay.
So it's 72.
72.
72.
Only 72 damage.
Oh, how? Yeah. Oh, shameful.
Mhm.
That is a hell of a third hit.
Honestly, I should have just dumped my Divine Smite to the other ones too, but I wasn't thinking clearly.
Eh. You saved it for a good moment.
I did. My pencil got
All right. So, it is now this creature's turn.
Is it still blinded?
It
Yeah.
is 2 combat rounds.
And also
Unfortunately,
for
Ariel
me.
was blinded. This is not.
That's
Actually,
That doesn't
wait. This thing has to make a
Blinding Smite.
con saving throw from the Blinding Smite, so he has
Yeah,
to
very
get
good.
above an 18, or else he is blinded again.
22.
ugh.
Okay,
Sorry.
it was worth a shot.
It was.
Sorry,
worth a
not
shot.
sorry. Says the DM.
No, absolutely. All right. So, it is this creature's turn. The first thing it's going to do is let out this rattling, horrible call. Well, the first thing it's going to do is look up and flinch a little bit because it just got hit really, really hard. And you can see Tessa next to it. It's not happy about being in the sunlight.
I could go all day, bitch.
That's good to know.
Oh my God, Tessa! Tessa's the Captain America of Ryam. That's Ryam's. That's Ryam's ass.
Ryan's ass.
She does have a shield. She does have a shield.
All right, so it is going to try to shoulder past you and get away from the wall of fire.
You have smaller shoulders now.
The wall of fire.
You do have smaller shoulders now. So I don't know how that works. It's moving past you. You can take an AOO.
Okay.
And then anything else that goes along with that.
It's a 21 hit.
Yes.
All right, so that's going to be
You haven't dealt
32
enough damage this round yet.
Jesus
At
Christ,
32.
Tessa.
Minus D4.
Minus
Oh,
the D4.
oops. Sorry,
Wait, Tessa,
I'm
this
getting ahead of myself.
is radiant, right?
It's all radiant.
Okay. 30 damage.
30 damage.
Excellent. You do notice, as long as we're pointing at the radiant damage thing, you expected it to be really unhappy about being hit a lot, and it seems to be a normal amount of unhappy, which is distressing for a Shadowfell thing.
That is distressing.
So it does get away from you, and it has plenty of movement. I'll move this box. It's like over here-ish now. It's back over on the shady side. Tessa, you can see this. Nobody else can.
Okay.
And as it passes, Tessa, it's going to...
This too shall pass.
Yeah, but it passes, and it looks up at you, and you meet its eyes, and... You know, like the saying, like, I fell into his eyes?
Yep.
For, like, pretty boys? Well, you fell into his eyes, but, like, not in a pretty way. It's like terrifying pools of nightmare. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Will do.
I mean, that's Deb's, like, jam, so...
22.
Yeah, you're fine. You feel some, like, it's trying to... I would say scare you, but I know that you're immune to fear.
But he just showed me, like, a
bullshit.
stalk of celery, and I flinched for a minute.
Yeah, basically.
Ants in a log, my gods.
There's, like, a salad.
That's gross.
Ugh.
High fiber. What?
Yeah. But, you're pretty angry, so you're able to shrug off the terrifying visions of vegetables dancing in your head.
My true
All right.
fear.
And with that, it is Thrax's turn.
Okay, so Thrax is going to do something that I don't think anyone's ever seen him do before.
But before he chooses to do
yes.
that, at the start of your turn, you hear from the other side of the wall a horrible rattling, and the ground next to you all starts to burble a little bit, and shadowy figures rise from the ground next to every single one of you in unoccupied spaces next to you.
Okay.
So there is a grumpy-looking, shadowy thingy next to you. It's not particularly well defined. It's a little fuzzy around the edges, sort of spectral. But it is there next to you, and it looks grumpy about it.
Okay. It's about to get a lot grumpier. Because
One more circle, Allie.
Nope.
Either Kiki or you needs this. Oh, it's there.
It's
hidden
there,
in the
yeah.
building. Okay, excellent.
Yeah. So Thrax is going to unleash his radiant soul. So
Ooh.
you folks, probably Tessa can't see this since she's on the other side of the firewall, but you see him.
I'm above, too.
Right.
I'm above it.
You'll see him do like a DBZ yell, and his body, instead of like radiant light, just transforms into like stars and cosmos, where he kind of looks like a little more solidified version of Mom. So some buffs have happened now. He's then going to spend his other point of inspiration that he's earned over time to mark the shadowing thing next to him, because as much as he wants to go kill the little big bad, or the medium bad now, he can't leave Nikki on her own. So he's going to mark the one with his planar warrior that's next to him, and then he's going to start swiping at the one that's between him and Nikki. So
Okay.
using 2 swipes of a scimitar. I think these are probably just normal. Wow. 19's on the dice. So it's 2 29s with the 2 weapon attacks from the scimitars. And with Radiant Soul, he gets to deal bonus radiant damage to that creature that's equal to his level, which is 13. So so the first attack to the creature is going to be a 1 on the dice, 6, 19, and then the 2d8s from the Smark. $25 damage to it.
Okay. It just
Drops.
puffs into a cloud of smoke. Yeah.
Okay. He will then just move over to Kiki and send the other attack at that one just to free her up, because Nikki seems okay. There's no immediate threat to Nikki. So I can't dump the damage again. So this is just going to be... this is 9 damage to that one.
This one?
Yeah, the one that's next to Kiki that I moved towards.
Excellent. Got it.
I believe I'm up.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Excellent.
Is Nikki behind a wall, or is Nikki just there?
She's just lying on the ground there.
That hemisphere is light and dark. There's no...
Yeah.
Okay. First there's a thing in front of me right over here that I'd like to attack. So I'm going to attack that. On the floor. Oh, also, does the shadow thing that came into existence on top of my wall take damage?
Not till the end of its turn.
Oh. Alright. Alright, I'm going to stab it. Does a 24 hit the thing next to me?
It does.
Great. First stabby stab is with my Stormlight weapon, which is... It will take 17 damage. Still alive?
No.
Great. And
that's the one next to Kiki, right?
No, that's the one next to me.
Oh, next to you. Okay. It's still dead.
Okay. It's dead regardless. In that case, because I hit a creature with a melee weapon during this round, I'm going to use my movement to move next to Nikki.
Nope.
And I'm going to stunning strike her.
Okay.
So that she cannot be caused to act against us.
That's a good call.
I dig it.
So I will spend a key point to do that.
Interesting call.
I would love it if Nikki, if the protection from good and evil, brings her out. She's like, hey, I'm... And then Nikki just punches her in the
throat. She does have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
He's going to need a huge spa day after this.
Oh my god. You all are, honestly.
I mean, Allie's going to give her a lovely back massage.
I'm going to splurge on the good bath bombs. Like the ones that turn into sparkles when you put them in the water.
I'm now picturing Kiki making bath bombs, and I'm terrified.
I know.
Oh, no.
Kiki hears bath bombs, and she's like, bath bombs?
Pulls out the notebook immediately.
Wait, stop combat for a second. Kiki, wait, you've never heard of bath bombs?
She starts sketching an actual bathtub with a fuse on it,
No, they're bundles.
No, it's just like your rope bomb, but then when you throw it, bathtub.
Oh.
You can do sparkles, you can do scents and bubbles. You can put objects inside of it. You can rings.
Our wizard.
She rolled a 19? I don't know if that's good or bad. And wait, she passes. So you don't want that.
Yeah. Oh. Which is actually not great.
Is she actually? So is she at disadvantage for any reason? Out of curiosity.
She's laying down.
Not for saves.
Okay, not for saves.
Many of her things would be at disadvantage or just impossible, but not for saves.
I'm going to spend a point of inspiration to make her roll at a disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. Come on, Nikki, roll low? It's a weird thing to be
roll low.
For.
It's done.
11.
Yay.
I was going to say, do you want me to roll it for you?
My next turn.
Ellie, thank God you're...
As a bonus action, you see the fox, which is still kind of just sitting happily at the end of the wall of fire, runs a new route, and now runs a route that looks something like this. So it's still all circled up and around Fire Dude, or Dragon Dude, but it does not block line of sight for Tessa. And if Kiki takes literally one step to the left, it won't block line of sight for her either.
Awesome.
That's my turn.
All right. A thing's gonna happen at the end of your turn, but first make a perception check as you slap the shit out of Nikki. Oh, how much damage did she take? Because you had to hit her.
Oh.
Stunning strike? No, stunning strike is not damage.
Oh.
Don't you put it on a, like you hit them and then you pump Stunning Strike into that?
Yeah, I guess she'll take 1d8.
I was like, because the thing is you crit her since she's incapacitated.
She takes 2 damage and is stunned.
Okay, so 4.
Yes.
Is the crit. Okay, excellent. I just want to make sure
my
I'm tracking Nikki correctly.
check was a 21 because disadvantage.
Okay. As you backhand her, you split her cheek a little bit, but you think you can almost see gratefulness in her eyes.
I will be
maybe a little
apologizing
harder next time.
Damn. Damn. They have not worked this scene out in advance.
I mean, maybe they have. I don't know. You haven't. You know, those are private DMs. Thank you.
Wow.
I give Rom the help for 1 session, and this is where we go.
I have a bet that Nikki's safety word is pants. Well, pantaloons or something like that.
She would never say it. She would never say it. Okay, Kiki.
Yes.
It's just about to be Pinion's turn and then yours. But the first thing that you notice is the wall under Pinion drops.
Oh! I'm on it too.
Yeah, so you both down to the ground. You have your boots, so you don't take any damage. But you float down happily. Pinion is
the
25
whole
feet
wall
in the air.
dropped?
Yeah, just poof, gone.
Oh, this motherfucker's trying to run.
It's one interpretation.
He's gonna have a hard time running, though.
It's 4 bludgeoning to Pinion.
Okay, that's fine. Pinion regenerates, in this form, Pinion regenerates 10 hit points at the end of his turn, by the way.
Nice.
So it's good.
Literally does not matter. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're a little bit dazed as you float down. And you're like, wait, I'm floating. Why does my foot hurt anyways? And you look down, and that little blue fuck from before is back, dagger in your foot. Well, attempting to dagger your foot. We'll see.
I was like, just okay.
It pokes you a little bit. We'll see if it actually does enough to matter. You know, does a 18 hit?
No.
Ooh, nice. It's a little tiny poke, and you pull your foot up off of it, and it's standing there on the ground, snarling at you.
Big ass and fucking metal dog.
All right. And with that, it is Pinion's turn. Because he gets his own turn, right? When he's large.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so hold on a second. So there's a shadow creature between Kiki and Thrax.
Yep.
And then this little fuck who's like literally on my foot, right?
Yeah. Yep. It's more over here. It just came in through the door.
Okay, and how close is this actual size? Like how close the two beings are to each other, the little bitty one and the
it's not like actual size, but they're both within melee range of you, so.
But I mean, are they within like 10 feet of each other, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right in the middle, so.
Yeah, okay, and so if I do something, can I do it so that it hits them and not Thrax, is the question.
It depends on the thing that you do. It seems unlikely.
Okay, this little.
So yes, but you'd have to hit you.
What are you thinking about doing, Kiki? Like a rope bomb or something?
Yeah, that's probably the question.
Either a rope bomb or a blinding. She was either that or like the blinding.
Do the
thing.
rope bomb. I have a way to get out of that.
It would definitely hit at least one, if not both of you.
Yeah, throw a rope
bomb.
So
it's a 10. Okay, so she's gonna do. She's going to do a rope bomb and try to hit them both. So it's a dex save.
Okay.
Like before.
So the little blue fuck has 23.
Yeah, saves.
The shadowy fuck, the rope just whoop, right through him.
18.
Mother
save.
Fucker.
Immune to grappling.
No. No. Yeah. So the save, her spell save is 19. So, unfortunately, her ally gets roped up, but not the other two. Son of a bitch. Okay, that was her first attack. That doesn't count much in D&D, as we all know.
You know.
Okay. So she is going to. They're within 5 feet of each other, but not.
Yeah, they're both melee range of you.
Of each other is what I'm asking.
Like 7 feet.
Okay. She is going to activate on her boomstick a different sigil. No, a different sigil. And she's going to cast Moonbeam right over the shadow fuck.
Oh, sick.
So that's 5 foot radius. It's 5 foot radius, 40-foot cylinder, right on top. It's a con save.
Yeah. But that's an 8.
No. All right. Oops. Hold on. I roll a.
I somehow get the vibe that the shade is not long for this world.
I hope not. It is a 2d10 radiant damage. 12. 12 radiant damage.
It just evaporates. There's not even
Excellent.
the smell of rot left behind.
All right. And as a free action, Kiki looks at the little fuck and she's like, "You're next." And then Pinion, because Pinion gets to do Pinion's own thing, we'll do, I think it's a bite attack in this form. Oh, no, it's a punch attack, strangely, with this.
Dog punch.
Kind of a dog punch, basically. 20.
Trying to hit the little
crit.
Critical.
Crit.
What is he hitting?
The little bitty fuck.
I regret to inform you that attacks against it are with disadvantage.
Randall's face.
24 hit.
Okay, still hits, but no crit.
So sad. This has been like Kiki's she's like so
Kiki's no good, very bad day.
Oh my goodness, she's just like no
You
satisfaction.
need to go to White Castle.
If she was like a bard, she'd be singing "Can't Get No Satisfaction." Oops.
Thank you, labeling.
I realized that the dog I drew was not very good, and therefore it was necessary.
No, I like it. I think it's perfect.
All right, so
Still
Pinion
does
actually gets
damage.
2. So it does 10 bludgeoning, and then
Nice.
Pinion gets another fist attack.
Let's go.
In this big form.
Pinion.
I know.
Punch.
Dog.
No, not so good. It's a 9, so.
Doggy
Not
uppercut.
hit.
Also, it's a disadvantage anyway, so not good. Yeah, same thing. Okay, that's it for
Oh wow, weird.
Kiki and Pinion.
Okay. The shades now. All one of them remaining. You guys have just been absolutely wailing on them. Anyways, Tessa, this shade next to you reaches out,
Come on, hit me.
and its floaty little hand passes through your arm. Does a 18 hit.
Nope.
Nice. Passes through your arm, and you're like, was that what?
Like, do you want a high five or like?
It looks vaguely disgruntled. And with that, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna stick my sword through its face.
Yeah. You're like, look, I can do it too.
29. Oh, do I? I don't have advantage anymore because I'm not.
You don't.
Okay,
Correct.
so does 29 hit?
It does.
All right, that
Is this
is.
a magical sword, by the way?
Yes, a
Or
magical.
is this your
sword.
normal longsword?
No, this is. I only have the magical sword now.
Oh, okay.
25 radiant damage.
Woof. It pops like a little boba, but like gross.
I'm gonna go over here and go for this little shit that's trying to run
This you do get advantage on.
because he's in the fire now. So
Actually,
gonna do some crit fishing here. 19. That was a shit roll.
Okay. Sorry, as a quick point of order, as you walk up to it, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
33.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
Fuck your wisdom saving throw.
I'm wise as shit.
I'm a paladin,
Give
bitch.
you visions of sugar plums and celery stalks. But it gets it in the wrong order, so it's mostly just cute.
I choked on my own spit.
My spell is effective. Actually, are you okay though?
Deb the player failed her
Alright.
save.
Yeah.
She's good.
Actual
She's
Deb just rolled a 3 on her con save. Versus
No.
water.
Oh, fuck me. Oh my god. Alright, I'm good. I'm back. Let's do it.
Okay, so
19.
you had a 19. That
19.
does hit. That does hit.
Alright, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
39. damage.
Holy shit.
Damn.
I got
That's
another one in me.
Mog.
Smack, smack, smack,
Have
smack.
at, yeah. Let's
Alright,
go.
one more.
Minus D4.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for keeping me honest. It's a 36.
Every little bit.
Every little bit. 31. That hits.
That one will hit. Yeah.
So, yep, I'm gonna do my 25. If that's not enough to kill him, I want to dump a divine smite into it.
Minus D4.
Minus D4.
24.
That is not enough to kill him.
All right, I'm gonna
Fuck is
dump.
still up.
Let's do level 2. So that's a 3d8.
Oh.
That's an extra 15 radiant damage.
That is enough.
That's fun, fucker. A lot of health.
All right. He did have a lot of health. Falls to the ground and almost immediately dissolves into mist, leaving a greasy patch on the grass.
Isn't there one little floating fucker still around?
There is.
Yes.
There's one. Well, right now it's sitting on the ground, but yes, there is one very sad little fucker whose boss has just been extremely murdered.
Kiki's shooting daggers at it, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
As she
So
racks her
Thrax, you're next to
shotgun
it, and it is
shoot
your turn.
actually
Would
at
you like to finish this off?
Yeah, so Thrax as a bonus action will do ethereal step. So Kiki, you see him because he's in that like star form. He discombobulates himself and just steps out of the ropes as they fall to the ground harmlessly. Then ends the spell.
Thanks.
So he just comes back in, and he's just like, "I'm so fucking sick of this shit," and then just takes 2 big swipes at the little shit on the ground. Are these Well, I'm flanking with Kiki now. Are these advantage? Like, what is? Is there some tiny nonsense shit?
Flanking, you have to be opposite sides. Which you
Pinion
can't
is
do in this
opposite
scenario.
sided.
Pinion is.
He is surrounded on 3 sides.
I'll take it. It's opposite corners.
Which
So
Pinion
annoyingly-
is side.
First one's a 24.
Yeah, but not with the one who's doing the attacking.
Okay, so the first one's a 24, and the next one's a 19.
Okay. Those both hit anyways. I was gonna say it doesn't really matter, but like in the interest of
So I'm going to give you the total damage,
all of the bits right.
which is 10.
I'm gonna be very
16,
impressed if you don't splatter this fuck.
29 altogether.
Yeah,
Radiant.
that's a good splatter.
Yep.
You just punt the little shit into the tree.
What? Am I normal sized again? Did that spell wear off? How does that work? Since he dead.
No, because it's
It's a concentration spell.
Is not
Nikki.
Oh, Nikki cast it. That's
Nikki
right.
cast it.
Oh, I'm still
But
tiny.
Nikki
Nikki's
is
Nikki's
stunned.
concentration is disrupted because I stunned her.
Yes, that's right. Because she would have had she would have not been able to maintain concentration on
So
that.
those D4s don't count, Rob. Doesn't
Right. It wouldn't have mattered because
Every
the
little
health
bit,
back
Rob.
from
Every
D4s.
little bit.
What? Every little bit? No,
Every
you're
little
absolutely
bit.
right. You're absolutely right.
Little bit.
Those 4 damage would not have.
Seeing that
caused
everybody's
to die
dead.
earlier.
The Firefox is going to kind of dissipate, and Allie is going to just immediately be checking on Nikki.
Yeah. So you run over to her. She is still.
I'm
like
literally next to her. The last thing I did was
Punch her really hard.
that. Okay, you're right. Yes, by run over to her, I mean turn 90 degrees to the right. You crouch down next to her. She is still locked up like that. You reach out to like grab her shoulder. and it kind of squishes, and you're like, "What the shit?" And then whoop, your hand goes through. She's gone translucent, and she's fading out, basically.
Actually, Nikki, or maybe she's
fading away.
Are the rest of us also fading away?
You look around, make a perception check, which you're extremely good at. But I like to see the big numbers.
23.
Oh yeah. You're all getting a little bit squishy around the edges. As
I'd
is the
like to
ground
point out that Thrax critically
trees.
failed this, and he's like, "My star eyes. Oh wait, how do I see with these shit?"
How does this work?
Before Kiki starts dissipating, you see her over and over stomping on the corpse of the little shit like fairy. She's so mad. She's just
scraped
like
it off the tree, laid it out gently. Stomp.
She's so mad.
And we get so violent when we haven't slept.
I'm
Yeah, you really do.
Even if we're both fading, I'm still gonna like shove a key point's worth of healing into Nikki.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can do that as she fades out.
But yes, she'll get wisdom plus proficiency. She'll get 11 hit points.
All right. So you sort of look around as everything gets a bit squishy and starts to unravel around the edges and go translucent, and everything, the trees and the ground fade away before you do. So for a brief moment, you're all just floating there in darkness, and then everything is darkness. And you sit up gasping in your bed at the dig site. And for a second, you're like, is this just a bullshit dream? Allie, you look at your foot. It's still bleeding where the thing stabbed you. It was definitely not just a dream.
How many points of exhaustion do we have currently?
The same 2 that you had this morning.
Okay. Is it still this morning?
Early afternoon.
Do we have the drugs?
Yeah, the sun. Maybe 11.
Are the drugs still in my pocket?
Pat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is Pinion still large size? Kiki wake up and Pinion's like taking over the bed as like a big mastiff or something.
Yep. Yeah, Kiki, you've been relegated to like a 6 square inch section on like the top left corner of the bed.
Now you know how Tessa feels.
Luckily, it's only 5 rounds. It'll end soon. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's only 3 rounds left, so
I know.
I do want to check on Nikki though.
Okay, yeah. You run over to her. She's lying there in bed. She is not all like rigor mortis up like she was, but she is just drenched in sweat, and she looks terrible. She actually has more exhaustion than y'all do. She went through some shit.
Right, I think we're gonna go need to see that Dr. Werewolf again.
Want some drugs now? In the meantime?
Yeah. Kind of, yes. What did they
is
do?
Going to go to the drugs and suggest that we get the fuck rid of these things. Nothing good will come of the man that gave us these drugs.
This is true. I'm in favor of destroying the drugs.
Kiki hides them. She keeps hers.
I didn't take the drugs.
I didn't take them. He's not taking them from you, but he's
I know.
trying to make a strong case.
Yeah. She puts them in her robe of useful things. She's just like
the drug pouch.
Patch. Yeah.
The drug patch.
Now it's kind of just like I can get like a non-weirdly laced version of this for fairly cheap. Yeah, sure, destroy this one. Kiki, if you want like the safe version, I can get you those. I'll safer version.
She's trying to figure out if she could incorporate the unsafe version in like a bomb to just like diffuse.
It's
like
not even
I don't know.
that
She's
unsafe as long as you don't take it when you're at 4 points of exhaustion, because that'll at 5.
Oh right.
The next day.
Yeah. So Thrax doesn't care if Kiki's gonna use it for a bomb, but he's like, you're not gonna take it, right? Like you're not gonna consume the drug.
Kiki just looks at Thrax. No.
Can Thrax roll an insight check?
I don't see why not.
Tessa, do you maybe want to? We maybe want to carry Nikki instead of having her walk right about now.
She
Maybe
will.
I'm
So
assuming you because the carrying things are definitely more your department than mine.
16
Yes.
for Thrax.
so she's gonna do it a little
Do with that what you
slowly,
will,
but she
Randall.
will.
What do I roll? Am I rolling deception or?
I don't know.
You can just tell. I
It's
would
up
say
to
just
you.
message Rob with whatever you rolled, and then
Yeah, and what you actually intended.
Yeah, no, you don't know. I'm just gonna keep it simple. You don't know.
You can't tell. Yeah. She's hard to read. I think
Yeah,
that's the line.
he's like looking for facial expressions and like mouth twinges, and he's like, "Oh, beak."
It's a
right.
beak.
Fuck.
You're
Not your
looking.
dad.
You're looking at an exhausted, pissed off Kenku who hasn't slept well. Like, try to read that shit. Good luck.
So he takes the other 3 doses and he looks at Nikki. He's like, whatever.
I did grab Nikki, and I have her like as a backpack.
Oh yes,
on the back.
Piggyback ride.
Piggyback ride.
Mom.
Yeah. So you,
so
Thrax
good.
will just
Mom's
take those
exhausted.
Yeah. Thrax will take those to the Jezza or somebody and just be like, please fucking destroy these.
All right. And with that, I'll hand it back to Scoot, and we draw our evening's adventures to a close.
Yes.
So we'll pick up back in the real world next time, I suppose.
Yep. Thank you all for coming to Ryan.
Thank you for giving me the reins for an evening.
And we'll see what chaos this brings next week.